check 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy, for your boy, for your boy, for your boy. Hustle for your boy, fix it for your boy. Drop it for your wah 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 wah. Lift it up, then they bust it open, lift it up, yeah. Come on, lift it up, then they bust it open for your B-O-Y. For your rockin' for your lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bust or not.
Come on, blaze up. You know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
Hey y'all, sorry, I can't get my mind right with this mute button. How y'all doing? Get up in here. We got a few things to discuss, girl. I had to jump up off of here early yesterday because I had to go get my baby from the airport. But I got her now, and we could joke real bad today. We got some things to discuss. First and foremost, shout out to everybody in the building. You guys hit the like button if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Dollhouse, and go ahead and subscribe because you're gonna come back, right? If you're a returning dollar Dawn, welcome back. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got a few things to discuss. We got Gillie the kid. Cussed everybody out, kicked him out of his show, and he realized later on it was a mistake. Then we also have Dame Dash finally admits that Jay-Z was in love with Aaliyah. But I told y'all that because I was there when it all was going down. Everybody in their mammy knew that Jay-Z was in love with Aaliyah. And if you ask me, I believe, this is just what I believe. I believe that Jay-Z and him fell out because of some business stuff, but I think it had a lot to do with Aaliyah, okay? We're going to get into that. And then I'm going to piggyback off of this whole Fed Joe situation. Let me see. Do I still have this photo up, Fed Joe? Do I still have Fed Joe up here? I think I do. Nope, not right there. Is it here? No, I don't have him up. But we're going to get back into Fed Joe, and we're going to get into why Fed Joes exist. And in this situation in particular, it's going to be Matt Hoffa and people like them, because he called into the Star Report and doubled down on defending Fat Joe, because he grew up in the boogie down Bronx or somewhere, I don't know, Brooklyn, with a bunch of I'm about to say the word, with a bunch of Hispanic people, okay? And shout out to my Hispanic people. I don't have no issue with them. I have an issue with the ones who do as the Fat Joes of the world do, okay? And just because you hang around Negroes don't mean you get to act and play with Negroes and using the N-word up and down the street and all of that. Like I say, that's going to get y'all hurt outside the Bronx, okay? That's going to get y'all hurt. Dina Nicole said, I hope Star cussed him out, and he did not. He did not. If anything, Star told him that he did right by not interrupting Joe, which is going to be later like contradictory, because when he asked Matt what he considered having Lord Jamar on, then right after that, Matt Hoffa was like, yeah, I don't mind having him on, but as soon as he start talking crazy, I'm gonna have to set him straight. So you can set Lord Jamar straight, but you couldn't set Fat Joe Conquistador clear, looking behind, sitting across from you, calling black people N-words. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Matt Hoffa and people like Matt Hoffa is the reason why the Fat Joes exist. We're gonna get into it, but no, Star didn't cuss him out. And I didn't know Star had a clear mama. I'm just finding out. I don't really follow Star like that. I saw him curse out Jaguar. And that's about it. But I didn't know he had a clear mama, so it sounds about right. Okay. Yeah, I saw Choke No Joke said something too. Choke got on there and was like, they be having people in the hood that allow these dudes and they get a pass, but he abusing his pass. They don't get no pass where I'm from. Where I'm from, they don't get no pass. They had a Vietnamese girl who grew up with us. She was one of the only Vietnamese girls who hung with black people. And when I tell you, she acted like she was black, she spoke like she was black, but she never, not once. And I was in school with her from 6th grade all the way up through high school, 12th grade. Not once did she ever use that N-word. Never. So I don't understand. And I don't have to be from New York to understand that these ain't niggas and y'all allowing them to act as such. Period, point blank. Okay. So, I saw Seti. Shout out to Sarai Soon Seti. Seti said it straight. And one thing about Seti, he's very, very knowledgeable on what's been going on, especially us as black people. And I didn't realize this. I thought Seti was from New York, but Seti from Detroit. So sound about right. Seti is on my type of time. Like, I don't know where y'all do that out there, but we don't do that over here. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Sarah Sue said it. I've been watching a lot of people replies. And we're going to get into these feds and why black people need to gatekeep, okay? But before we do that, I do have to finish up Miss T, y'all. He sure don't. Paul Wall don't say it neither, because Paul Wall live in Texas. He know how they go. You see what I'm saying? Bubba Sparks never said it. The one I heard say it, the first clear man I heard say it in hip hop, coming from down south, was Eminem. And he said it, and then people went crazy, and he never said it again. And that was at the very beginning of his career. The very beginning of his career. And then he stopped saying it. So I don't understand why Fat Joe is different. Because they eat empanadas and not rice cakes? I don't understand. It's the same thing to me. You know what I mean? See, we don't play that in the deep south. We don't play like that in the deep south. That's that New York, California stuff. We don't play like that where we from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't play like that. But we gonna get into it. Now I have to finish up Miss T. I still have her queued up. If y'all weren't on the stream yesterday, Miss T was one of the first ladies of Cash Money Records before they took off, and y'all found out about them. And she basically exposed Birdman for being a PDF file. She also said that he stole all her publishing, her money. She said Slim, who's baby's brother, he's not innocent neither, because he knows exactly what old boy is doing. And she was kind of in a space where she was breaking down a little bit, because basically she felt like, oh man, like this dude really played on my top. And and when I say something, now it's a problem. Let's get into it now. One thing I will notice, and y'all don't have to point yourselves out, but I notice a lot of people, whenever a dark-skinned black woman speak, or a woman who look like y'all mammies, a lot of black people like to discount it. I don't know. Cassie got her bald head ass snatched up and down the hallway, and you heifers was over there damn near crying and saying prayers. I don't want to hear nothing, okay? I noticed that. I be paying attention. Cassie got her racially ambiguous ass popped upside the head, and all the black women all over the world, I can't believe this. Oh my God. This is horrible. He should go to prison for life. But as soon as a dark-skinned black woman have a problem, you Negroes like to pick and choose. Oh, I don't know. She need to just get over it. We should have told Cassie have bald head ass to get over it if that's the case. And Cassie, you catching strays because I don't care. If that was the case, then Cassie have bald head ass should have just got over it. Because at the end of the day, even though she was a victim, at some point she was a participant. Argue with your mom. Okay? So with that being said, if we're going to believe victims and we're going to believe people in their trauma, we're going to be even about it. If not, then we're not going to talk about it at all. But when the next high yellow, racially ambiguous heifer get up here to tell y'all what a nigga done did to them, and you have to get the clogging up the prayer line because she's a light-skinned, pass-on, blown, passing mother effer, I'm telling you, I'm interrupting all prayers. They won't reach the ceiling. Do you understand me? And I don't mean that Cassie should have got her ass popped. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is we're not going to victimize or side with one victim and not the other. I just wanted to say that part, okay? Now, let's get into what Miss T was saying, what was going on over there at Cash Money Records. for the 99. No, this was before the 99 and the 2000. Okay. If we gonna have victims, we gonna have victims. Because guess what? These are the facts. These moguls, these big time celebrities that y'all love, a lot of them are horrible to people, and they steal and they lie and they do a lot of things to these people. Okay. So let's not forget that. Shout out to everybody in the building. Tiffany Willis, thank you for the super chat. Damn, Boo, the universe listens because I'm at work and had just said to myself, I wish Boo would go live, and now look who's live. Hey, thanks so much, Boo. Acorn, please hit the like button. Yes, y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, because this is ridiculous. Yes, girl. Thank you, Tiff. I'm about to jolt you through a little bit part of your shift, girl. Don't worry about it. Chocolate Bunny, thank you for the super chat. I was trying to windmill Voodoo. YouTube was letting right. Voodoo said they were called treasonous. Yeah, because they are treasonous. Them Negroes is cheap treasonous. Okay. Let's get into it, y'all. Y'all get the likes up on the video. We're about to get into the end part of, it's only like 5 minutes left of her airing out Birdman and talking about how he took everything from her. And my heart goes out to Miss T. Shout out to everybody in the building.
Made me feel guilty for years, y'all. Y'all don't understand how stupid and low I feel. And I'm human. I don't feel embarrassed. This is my lesson I needed to learn. You know what lesson I needed to learn? Make a person show you that they fuck with you. Baby don't know how to treat no woman. That's why I think he gay. He did me all this dirty shit for what reason? That's what I'm trying to find out. What reason I did what I did him? This is why I left. What did I do him? What I did him? And then everybody take up for him because he got money. Your money do not excuse your character, bitch. You a that person. I don't do people that. Y'all know one thing. If I got anything, I'm going to pay a person. I'm not going to play on nobody. And if I don't fuck you, I'm not going to be in your face and be lying and acting like I fuck you. You can't.
This is Miss T. Miss T is a New Orleans local artist, a local legend of New Orleans, but she was one of the first ladies of Cash Money Records before they took off, and she's talking about Baby and how he did her. That's what she's talking about. Y'all get the likes up.
Nobody that. And I really had genuine love for this dude, dog, like for real. He don't got no love for me, though. That's what I found out.
Birdman.
And he been lying the whole time. He got misplaced anger with me. Because this bitch treat me like I was in a relationship with him or something. He made me feel like I was in a relationship with him. Now, one time that I ever said, oh, I fuck with Baby or we fuck around. For you to even think I would sleep with your raggedy ass for treating me like this, bitch. You ugly bitch. I respect myself. I got self-worth. You know, none of them niggas ain't used to play with me over there. I didn't sleep with this nigga, that nigga, that nigga. One nigga. BG. And he was 15. And I was 17. And it's in my book, I'm Stronger and Wiser Now. And he has treated me bad since that. That's why I think it's that.
Sorry, guys. Commercial break. Y'all get the likes up.
One nigga. BG. And he was 15. And I was 17. And it's in my book, I'm Stronger and Wiser Now. And he has treated me bad since that. That's why I think it's that. I'm still trying to find out what I did him. I'm steady apologizing. And everybody saying I got an attitude problem. This the nigga with the attitude problem. He don't pay his artists. He didn't pay Lil Wayne. Come on, bitch. He didn't pay me. He didn't pay UNLV. Lil Slim went up there with a gun to get his money. That's that old T. PMW is now homeless because of this nigga. But then he get up there and say, he gave me my masters. I ain't dumb yet. I just let him roll with it. Everything you was saying, I just let him roll with it. Because an ignorant like baby and stuck in his ways, he gonna feel the way he feel anyway. He have no mother heart.
The first comment says, yes, finally somebody.
All right, so that was Miss T and her ending. I wanted to end on that because I had started talking about this before yesterday, but I had to jump off the live. But basically what she's saying is Birdman really mentally messed her up, stole her masters, stole her publishing, stole all her songs. She wrote buku songs for him and he did her dirty. And you know, ultimately my heart goes out to Miss T. Miss T, if she had the opportunity, she would have been bigger than Kaya was with My Neck and My Back, because she was saying that stuff at 13, 14 before Kaya even stepped on the scene and stole Uwe Ja, that's his name, because I did go hear the original one. But anyway, nevertheless, I ain't trying to throw no shade, but it is what it is. Shout out to Miss T, man. I hope she gets the help that she needs and that she deserves. And Birdman, listen, the old proverb and the Bible say the first shall be last and the last shall be first. We are now witnessing, you get it? That happened in real time. So if Birdman gonna be one of them people, then oh well, it is what it is. Now I want to pivot to Gillie the Kid. Now Gillie the Kid, he used to be signed under Cash Money, and they played him too. Played in his little boot. And I'm just playing, but no, they played him too. Basically, he used to write for them, and y'all know he got the $1 million worth of game podcast. And they, I guess, every year do something in Philly. I know they do Gillie. What is it, Gillie Fest or something like that? But I think he was throwing a boxing match in Philly, and Gillie thought that they were outside shooting at the police. So when Gillie thought that, Gillie got on the mic and cussed everybody out. Listen, the fight looked staged, girl. It probably was. But look, he done cussed everybody out, told him get the F out the building, because Gillie felt like, y'all, I'm trying to put this together for y'all and y'all cut up. But guess what? The whole Gillie was wrong. And he gonna get on here and talk about it. But we about to get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Get up in here and like the video. Let's get into Gillie the Kid. Even though he changed it to King, you gonna always be the kid, fool. Let's get into it. Hold on. Let me go this way.
That music off.
This is him cursing everybody out, putting them out. Look.
Me and Wallow put on for the city. And this how you treat us, y'all outside. Can rip the door out, shout at the police and all that. Get the f out. All of y'all get the f out. That's what type of respect y'all get us. All the he do, get the f out this joint. Please.
Now I have a question. Who down in Philly? Was this a free event? Because nigga, you can't kick me out there and pay my money. You gonna run that coin back. Do you hear me? That's just me. That's just me. Now it's one thing to holler, get the F out. I'm here for it. But if I pay for it, you gonna run me my refund. Okay, so Gillie was under the impression that they were outside shooting, and he came in unprofessionally and just told everybody get the F out. It was in Delaware. Okay, well, whoever it was, who was down there? Okay, so now Gillie, and I understand his frustration, because you know, as Black people, a lot of times we can't go nowhere without something going on. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that, but it's a way. It's not what you do; it was how you do it. All he had to do was have somebody come out there and say, hey, look, you guys, we're going to have to end the event. It's a lot of shooting going on outside. For everybody's safety, we just going to leave. He come out there screaming and hollering, get the F out, get the F out. He lucky somebody ain't throw something at his head. Is Gillie an Ethiopian? He give me Ethiopian teas anyway. Delaware is close to Philly. Okay, that's why Dr. Umar, the Prince of Pancoochie, live in Delaware, huh? Ain't that where the school at? Sound about right. But listen, that's not the point. I understand his frustration, but it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Is he an Ethiopian? Because he give me, you know what I mean? Like, one of them weird looking dudes. I don't know. But it was wrong for him to do what he did. If you ask me, he's Somali and sound about right. Sound about right. That makes sense. You know, it's a lot of cosplaying people amongst the Negroes. We're going to have to start looking into that, okay? It's a lot of cosplayers amongst the Negroes because I would have never known, okay? But I just knew something wasn't quite right. You know what I mean? But listen, so after Gillie cussed everybody out, cussed him out. Do you hear me? Cussed them out, kicked them people out that thing. I don't know if did the event go on? I'm not sure. However, he ends up coming back and going live and saying that he misunderstood what the people were saying. He said they never were shooting outside the club. They were shouting outside of the club. Gillie, if you kick them people out because you misheard something, nigga, you owe them people, you owe the whole city a free event. Do you hear me? Let's get into Gillie not really apologizing, but saying how he misheard the situation. Hold on. All right, let's get into it.
At the cops outside, and they're shutting it down, Gillie. It's over with. They're shutting it down. It's over. I'm at a table doing a live stream. I'm like, what? Somebody was shooting at the cops. I'm feeling for the cops. I'm like, wait, hold the up. At one of my events, they like, it's over, Gillie, it's over. It's over. After this last round of this fight, it's over. And then my people corrected me. Gil, nobody was shooting at the cops. They said they were shouting at the cops. Wait, you mean to tell me this told me to clear this arena out because nigga was shouting at the cops? Now I'm on fire. This came up and said somebody was shooting at the cops outside.
Gillie, so Gillie is saying that he misheard or something. Whoever told him wrong. Gillie, this is the problem with that though. Like I said, it's not what you do, it's how you freaking do it. As a professional, you coming out there screaming on that microphone was so wrong. And Gillie looks weird, don't he? Don't he look weird? Weird little funny shaped little light ball head shaped little boy. You know what I'm saying? But Gillie, what you did was wrong in the first place, and you owe the whole city of Delaware, and you owe everybody an apology first and foremost, because I don't know who Gillie think he is, where Gillie get to come on here hollering and screaming at people. You know what I'm saying? Gillie owes the entire city of Delaware an apology. He does. He absolutely does. What Gillie did was unacceptable, unprofessional, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I mean, who are you, bro? Who are you to be able to get on here and start yelling and screaming at people? And then furthermore, nigga, if you telling me they outside shooting, you gonna have to get security to pick me up and put me outside. You think I'm going, if they outside shooting and then you tell me get out, nigga, please, I'm not going nowhere. Okay, you're gonna literally have to pick me up off my feet and put me outside the doggone place, because I'm not going nowhere. Okay, so I don't know if he apologized. I don't know what was going on. All I know is he came on here to kind of low key be like, I was wrong. But if y'all live in Delaware, even if I didn't get a doggone a ticket to go down there, girl, I'll start a class action lawsuit. He talking about $1 million worth of game. It'll be $100 worth of game when the city of Delaware finished with this class action lawsuit. Bitch, my feelings was hurt. I'm emotionally damaged because I never had a man talk to me like that. And I'm having nightmares. And plus, when you told everybody to get out, they started stampeding, and somebody had stepped on me and my leg hurt. Bitch, it'll be $100 worth of game when I get finished. Get out. See, you know, niggas know how to do certain things in certain areas. You know what I'm saying? Niggas know how to do certain things in certain areas. Because there's certain areas, I don't know about Delaware. Shout out to y'all. Maybe y'all not as hood as I think some other places are. Because there's certain other places, girl, he would have got on there hollering about get the F out, girl. He wouldn't have made it out the ring. Do you understand me? He wouldn't have made it out the ring because it'd have been somebody in the audience who don't give a damn. And you know what I mean? I'm just saying. But that was Gillie and his whole thing. Like I say, I understood even if he thought they were shooting, I understood the frustration. But it's a way you do things. It is a way you do things. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. You could have abruptly ended that show on a professional level. Get somebody to go out there and say, hey, bro, like, listen, we got to end the show. It's a lot going back. I mean, it's a lot going on outside. They shooting at the cops, and we can't have that around here. Bye. But again, people look up to people because of their fame, notoriety, and money. So a lot of people are going to forgive them. Oh, Gillie, don't worry about it. Let me spit shine your head. It's going to be all good. Girl, let's move on. Okay? Because Black America, we having a Negro meeting today. I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all got y'all paper and pencils. We having a Negro meeting today. Yes, we are. Now, let's go to Dame Dash, girl. So, look. Girl, tell me why. Dame Dash did an interview. Let me see who channel it was on. Let me see. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I want to make sure it's on the right channel. Yep, that's where it was. So Dame Dash did an interview. Now, I don't know. A lot of y'all, most of y'all be on my morning jokes, but most of y'all don't, right? So a lot of people don't realize I had said this. I said, I was there in the late 90s, early 2000s when Dame Dash and Jay was together, and I was there when they broke up. Now, I was all the way down in New Orleans in the bayou, or whatever the case may be. But back then, tea spread just like it does on the internet. If there was some stuff going down in New York, we knew about it in New Orleans. If it was going down in LA, they knew about it in New York. The tea traveled the same way it travels right now. The only difference is it travels a bit faster because you can blast it out on the internet. But girl, we all knew all this tea. And let me tell you what the tea was back then. I know, I'm telling you, I was there. The tea was R. Kelly had married Aaliyah. Dame is gonna confirm that, okay? The tea was R. Kelly had married Aaliyah. Aaliyah was 14 years old. We was all there watching the doggone interviews when they kept asking. First of all, they was dressed alike. And anybody know in the 90s, late 90s, and the early 2000s, you only dressed like your boyfriend. Everybody and their mama went to the mall and got them pictures with you and your old man dressed alike, okay? Everybody did that, okay? So they was dressed alike, and we were all seated in there when they were asking them, so are y'all dating? Are y'all a couple? And they was just like, oh, no, Robert and I are really good friends. But see, at the time, we didn't know she was 14. At the time. Now, mind you, age ain't nothing but a number. Going down ain't nothing but well, she said, getting down ain't nothing but a thing. We all was there for it, but we never put the two and two together that this was a young girl. So then all of a sudden it comes out that not only she a young girl, and I knew this in New Orleans, that not only was she 14 when they started doing age ain't nothing but a number, but they had got married. Now, I remember Aaliyah Mammy coming out years later saying that was never true. Cap. I remember Robert saying it wasn't true, and everybody around them saying that it wasn't true. But baby, it was already in the streets. We knew. We already knew. So fast forward, she leaves R. Kelly, and Jay-Z is starting to hang out with R. Kelly. This is what I know back then, okay? Jay-Z starts to hang out with R. Kelly, and now they got the best of both worlds. Why y'all think, that's a question, why y'all think we don't never hear about the best of both worlds tour? Let me see if I can go Google it. Because I remember the commercial that used to come on TV, and they were going, best of both worlds. Oh, and it was Jay-Z and what's the boy name? R. Kelly. On the album cover, they did a whole tour, because I remember I wanted to go, but my mom ain't let me go. But they did a whole tour all across the Americas. Everybody named Mammy knew about it. It was the best of the both worlds with Jay-Z and what's that boy name? And R. Kelly. Everybody in their mom knew about it. But now you can't find it nowhere. And I never understood. I was like, well, what's going on? Why we can't find the Best of Both Worlds tour? Okay. Hold on. We might have a video. Oh, yup, sure do. Yay. Oh, yeah. See, I like it in the video. Hold on. Let's get over here to the Best of the Both Worlds tour, girl. Yes, because I was there. And what we not going to do is act like, because, you know, Jay-Z is good right now for acting like he wasn't friends with somebody. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, he's great for that now. But no, gone are the days, girl. This was the Best of Both Worlds tour. There they go. Oh, yeah, it was there. Because I remember seeing them up there with their white on. I was like, man, I won't go. Look, girl, bye. Mind you, this is off the heels of Aaliyah and R. Kelly breaking up. Everybody knew that. Okay? So, yeah, the Best of Both Worlds tour went off without a hitch. Girl, everybody in their mom was there. I think they either went to New Orleans or somewhere surrounding, because I remember my friends coming back to school talking about how they went to the Best of the Both Worlds tour, and I was mad because I wanted to go hear them sing Best of the Both Worlds and stuff like that. Because at the time, Jay-Z was at the top of his craft, and R. Kelly's was he was obviously at the top of his craft. You know what I mean? But everybody in their mammy wanted to be at this tour, girl. And to the ones who was lucky enough to go, because even though we find out these people are creeps, at the end of the day, if you was at this tour, girl, it was lit. You was lit. You know what I mean? Back in them days. And look at Jay-Z. Yeah, that's when they did Fiesta too. Fiesta. Oh, yeah. Did want to go. My mom ain't want to let me go. But anyway. Nevertheless, we all were there. We were all seated and we were all there, okay? Oh, Not Guilty. I forgot about that. The song Not Guilty. Now listen, let's fast forward. So R. Kelly starts hanging out with Jay. Now around this time, Aaliyah is over there, unfortunately, under two Pedialites, alleged Pedialites. But I always thought it was weird how obsessed both of these mother effers was. But she was over there with Timberland and Missy Misdemeanor Elliott. Oh, yeah. Always thought that was weird. From beginning to the end, I always thought the way that Missy always lit up when she spoke, oh, Aaliyah. And Timberland on there talking about how he was in love with her. The girl was 16 years old, baby. The girl was 16 years old, and these grown men and women, and see, we already figured Missy was a dagger. You know what I'm saying? But and she didn't really, and she still hasn't really come out, but we already figured she was a dagger. And I don't know if or what they done probably did to that girl. Let me go see if I can pull them up too. Because around this time, Kels is over there with Jay talking about Best of Both Worlds, and Poe Aaliyah is over there by two other people. I'm trying to choose my words wisely. You know what I'm saying? Let me go get Missy and Aaliyah up here. That poor girl never stood a chance. And where was her mom? Because see, I'm not going to give her mom no pass like everybody else do. Oh, no, don't do that. We love Aaliyah. We do love Aaliyah. But where was her mom? That's what I want to know, Missy and Timberland. Yay. I'm about to tell you what was going on, because I was there, girl. I was there. We all knew what was going on was around here. And this was all in the rumor mill, right? Back in those days. Where she at? Here she go. Poor Aaliyah. She was a child. Look. So you got Kels and Jigga over there hollering about Best of Both Worlds. And now she over there. Look, my poor little boo looked like she looked like she was nervous over there with Missy and Timberland. And who knows what happened over there. Allegedly. Okay. Yeah, they all were in love with her. It was weird. This is mind you, now we know she's 16, 17. So we sitting up there like why they acting like that with her? Like, you know what I mean? But I'm giving y'all the game. Right? So she over there with Missy and Timberland. You feel what I'm saying? And Jay and R is over there not messing around, but they over there doing the Best of Both Worlds tour, okay? Now, moving on. All of a sudden, Jay-Z and Dame Dash started having issues, right? And I'm saying, well, what's going on? Like, what is happening? Like, how's this going on? Like Rockefeller, we had Rockaware jeans. Everybody had the Rockaware jacket with the Rockaware jeans, the RW on the shirt, girl. This is on the heels of FUBU, girl. Everybody is lit. Like, what is going on? What is going on? So all of a sudden, they having business deals that's going wrong and things, and they doing the split up type of tees. Hold on, let me go get them up here. Jay-Z, Aaliyah. How you spell her name? Yeah. Aaliyah, right? And then Dame. Let's get him up here. So around this time now, I'm over here saying, well, what's going on? Now, mind you, photos are starting to surface. Photos are starting to surface with Jay-Z, Aaliyah, and Dame Dash. Get them up here. Now, around this time, correct me if I'm wrong down in the chat, but around this time, wasn't she about 17, 18 or something like that? Was she 18? Was she of age? I don't know. That part became a blur. But she made some good music over there with Missy and them, and then she's over there with Dame and Jay. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I knew at this time that Dame and Jay was some old-ass niggas. I knew good and well that they wasn't her age, because, hell, quiet as it's kept, when I first met Jay, they said he was in his late 20s, and that was in the 90s. Okay? So she was of age then. She was 18, barely legal if she was. You know what I mean? But now she's over there with Dame and Jay. So I'm just like, Lord, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, she's just moving around the camps or whatever the case may be. Now, this was the rumor back then. Y'all don't drag me. I'm telling you what they used to say. Right. Still a baby to me, Daisha. That's what I'm saying. But look, the rumor back then was Jay-Z wanted Aaliyah, but Aaliyah wanted Dame. And let me tell you something. Before Jay-Z broke off from the Dame and Jay type of situation, I'm going to give you, from my perspective, of what I think a lot of people's perspective was of Rockefeller back then. Jay-Z was the talent. Everybody knew that. Jay-Z was the rapper. Jay-Z, and this is before Ether. This is before he broke apart. I'm talking about when they were together, and Dame was the owner. Jay was part owner. But out of the two of them, Dame was the boss. Okay, and this is the way it looked on the outside to us back then. Dame was the one going in meetings, cursing the clear people out behind, having Jay over there. Dame was the one always on the cell phone making business moves. Everybody in their mammy around this time, when you looked at the both of them, thought that Dame was really the one gonna go far, and Jay just gonna be an artist. Now, this is again before they had their little split. Now, so when I was told that, well, when we were hearing that she liked Dame, it made sense. It made sense because at the time, if I was to pick, if I'm in Aaliyah's situation, I'm gonna pick Dame because Dame is that nigga. People don't realize that when they were together, even though Jay-Z was popular, Jay-Z was making noise, Dame was that nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody in their mammy knew Dame was the boss. Like, and he let you know in any second. Most women are attracted to bosses, masculine, very masculine men. So allegedly, from what the rumor was, she chose Dame. That made all the sense in the world. Now, right after that, all of a sudden, things go left. Business start going left. Everything start going left. And I said it back then. I said, I think they fought over Aaliyah. I said it. I think that they really broke. I think they broke up because of business and all that stuff. Bye. I said, but I believe that they broke up over Aaliyah. Well, Dame has been coming out speaking, and shout out to Dame Dash. Let me say this about Dame Dash. Dame Dash for years and years would not want to talk about Jay-Z. He go on interview after interview to promote his businesses, and everybody would ask him about Jay-Z. And Jay-Z, he'd be like, I don't want to talk about that man. That's a grown-ass man. He'll curse out the people and everything. And he didn't understand back then. And I saw another interview from Art of Dialogue where was it Art of Dialogue? I can't remember. But basically what he was saying was, I used to get upset when people asked me about Jay. He was like, but I had to come to realize, I had to come to realize that I was the closest one to Jay. So he knew more about Jay then than anybody else. Okay. So he finally comes out and do a interview, and now he's speaking on Jay since all of this stuff with the courts and stuff and the lawsuits and stuff. And he has been speaking on Jay, not in a messy way, but just like, yo, I didn't expect Jay to say something. Jay never responds to nobody type tease, okay? So boom. Come to find out, according to what Dame said today, that Jay was in love with Aaliyah. He said Jay was in love with Aaliyah. He said Jay always wanted Aaliyah. He said he never liked going around R. Kelly. As a matter of fact, he said that when Jay wanted to be around R. Kelly, he asked him, why's you around this dude? He said, especially knowing what my girl, talking about Aaliyah, had went through with him. Why's you over there working with him? It was always suspect to me. Now, Dame, you was in one of them videos. Was it Fiesta? I can't remember. You was in one of them videos, but according to Dame said he got in, did his shot, and got the hell up out of there. He said because he didn't want no parts of the chaos, okay? That's what Dame had said. Y'all get the likes up. We got 474 likes with 1,300 people in here. Get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up, girl. Get the likes up, y'all. Come on, like the video, like the video. So, he finally comes out and admitted 30 years later, was it 20 or 30 years? Ooh, in 2024, shit, about 25 years later, Dame finally came out and said what I've been saying in high school. I said Jay-Z was in love with Aaliyah. And I also said this, Aaliyah was plan A. You get it? Aaliyah, plan A. Beyonce was plan B, if you get it. And we came up with, somebody on the chat told me about this on the Morning Jokes. And C, plan C was Kathy White. Allegedly. Okay? So you got plan A, plan B, and plan C. Take that information and do with it as you please. Now, we're going to go over to the Art of Dialogue, okay? And we're going to see what Dame has said. And again, I'm so glad he's speaking out because we need to hear this. You know what I mean? We need to hear this, and it kind of just corroborates what I already believe as it pertains to Jay-Z and Aaliyah, okay? And I think this is a conspiracy theory. I don't know this to be true. This is what I be believing in my dreams. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Don't listen to me. Just keep your ears open, okay? But I also believe that that's why Aaliyah got up out of here. And I believe that when it happened. I believe that's why Aaliyah was forced to get on that plane and they got her up out of here. I believe that. I don't know it to be a fact. That's what I've been believing that since the early 2000s when unfortunately that girl got up out of here. I believe that because she was with Jay. I mean, she was with Dame. They was like together. I've always believed that. But I'm a conspiracy theorist, so don't be listening to me, okay? Now let's get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Let's get into it, okay? Hold on, let me let the ad play. We got this get this good content coming, y'all. Y'all get into it.
Speaking of Puffy, right? You think it's a wrap for him?
I don't know. I got to see them tapes. Pause. Like everybody quiet. So I don't know. But I can't. I don't know anything about those situations at all. You know what I mean? But if any one of those situations are true, he got problems. But until then, he's gonna have to do a bid before he goes to court.
Let me fast forward him up a little bit.
And then that's when I don't know. Like I don't really know what like. Do you really know what he's on trial for? Sex trafficking. So I don't know what that is.
I mean, if they got R. Kelly in prison for what he did, what they're accusing Diddy of is a lot worse.
There's like tapes of R. Kelly, and I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, all that for some reason, all the people that are under the gun right now were people that I did not with. I mean, let's just put that out there. So Harvey Weinstein, me and him did not get along. Me and Puff, we were not, we always had respect, but we were in two different complete hemispheres of reality at all times, but I still had a lot of respect for what he was doing as far as music and being relevant, but I was like, I would not do it that way. And, with me and homie, R. Kelly, like and not one of those people could you say I'm aligned with at all. Like I might have started cool with him and ended up not cool with him because you understand what I'm saying? Like that's like bing, bing, that's like 4 or 5 in a row of people that I was like not cool with that are in under the gun.
Was you and R. Kelly ever cool at any point?
Why? He's an R&B. I'm not an R&B. No disrespect to R&B because I'm cool with Tyrese. But we have these things. Like sometimes I'll be like, "That's that R&B shit you doing." You know what I mean? I'm not R&B like that.
Let me say this. I've noticed, like I say, I don't remember exactly how old Aaliyah was when she got with Dame and around Dame and Jay-Z. But let me say this. She was still, if she was legal, like of age, she was like just getting there or not far removed from it. Like it wasn't like, I don't remember. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I just don't recall her being 21, 22, 23. You know what I'm saying? Around these old ass niggas, because these were some old ass niggas. But I noticed that Dame likes to like distance himself from, you know, the situation. And shout out to Dame. I don't have no issue with it with him or Dame or whatever. But I just feel like, you know, I feel like there's a lot that he's not saying. Does that make sense? I don't know. They say she died at 22. Well, how long was he dating her? I don't know. Maybe because I want to say she was with him for a night, for a cool little moment. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Again, this girl come out 12, 13, straight to R. Kelly, delivered to his arms. So allegedly by her uncle and her mammy. Okay. So, okay. Let's get into it. Mind you, these niggas is in their late 20s, damn near early 30s at this time. That was old. Okay. They was engaged for like 2 years, Great T. Oh, okay. Okay. He said it was engaged for 2 years. So they had to date at least a year before that. So that would put her at about what? 18, 19. That would put her right there. But I just be noticing how he trying to like, oh, well, I don't mess with them niggas. They R&B niggas. Like, all right.
I wasn't hanging out with no R&B. I just couldn't. I think the fact that Jay was fucking with him is what used to blow my mind more than anything. Like I don't know why he wants to fuck with this guy so much. Like why? I just never understood it.
Maybe they had something in common.
I think it was just more me feeling awkward about the fact that I had to be around him on some level, but I wasn't around him.
Because let's not forget, the rumors were also back then that he was with Foxy. What Foxy was 14. So maybe they had something in common because the rumors back then, I don't know this to be a fact. I know Foxy came out there and said, oh, it's not true, girl, Foxy, you getting paid. Because the rumors back then before social media was that Jay-Z was with Foxy and that girl was 14 years old. No different from Miss T being 14 on that label with Birdman. That was the rumor back then, okay? Now, like I say, I don't know.
Like I never was around him. Like even when that Not Guilty, I wasn't like I came for the video. I was out. I wasn't a guy, and I think like we took pride, at least I did, and my crew, in not hanging out with famous people or famous men. Like you was gonna be famous, you had to be a female. But I wasn't trying to be up under no other famous dudes. I didn't think that was like I'm not gonna hang out with you just because you're famous. And I don't like dudes that much. So I was like, why would I have no reason. Like, what I'm gonna do? Go to the studio and hang out with it? Like, I don't do that.
Right. Did Jay know about what he did to Aaliyah?
Did he know that everybody knew R. Kelly married Aaliyah at 15? Everybody knew that.
Boom. So now that the mama done came out, remember the mama came out and said that wasn't true? Oh, yeah. That was a couple of years ago, maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago. The mama came out and said that wasn't true. The rumor back then was that the mom signed the papers for that girl to get married because she couldn't do it because she wasn't 18. You had to get a parental signature. He just admitted that that R. Kelly was married to Aaliyah at 14, 15 years old. And the only way that could have happened is if the mammy or somebody would have forged the signature or something, but somebody had to sign. So for the mama to say that never existed, it leads me to believe that she signed the paperwork for her daughter to get married. I'm listen. He's confirming a lot of rumors that were out back then. Everybody knew or had everybody heard the rumor that R. Kelly married that girl and she was like 14 or 15 years old. Everybody heard about that back then. Everybody. And I remember one time it was brought up again and the mama came on here. You would not disrespect my daughter. This is not about disrespecting your daughter. Did you sign the paperwork for her to get married at 14 or 15 years old to this 30-something-year-old man? That was the thing. But I'm going to rewind them back. He just admitted that, yes, everybody knew that they were married. Okay, he's just confirming a lot of stuff that I always knew.
Be famous, it had to be a female. But I wasn't trying to be up under no other famous dudes. I didn't think that was, like, I'm not going to hang out with you just because you're famous. And I don't like dudes that much. So I was like, why would I have no reason. Like, what I'm going to do, go to the studio and hang out with it? Like, I don't do that.
Right. Did Jay know about what he did to Aaliyah?
Did he know that everybody knew R. Kelly married Aaliyah at 15? Everybody knew.
15. Everybody knew that Jay married, R. Kelly married Aaliyah at 15. So that puts that to bed. That puts that completely to bed. Okay.
So was the conversation had like, yo, how you gonna go and do something with this dude? Hell yeah, that conversation was had. And you think I'm soft? Pause, like I'm punk? That didn't happen. I was like, yo, how you gonna do a project with my motherfucking girl?
Let me say this too. A lot of y'all putting in the comments that R. Kelly's bodyguard signed, and that could possibly be the situation. But after seeing the surviving R. Kelly and these young girls, even though I felt like a lot of them was lying, but after seeing surviving R. Kelly, there were a lot of parents who sold their children to R. Kelly. There were a lot of parents, women, and some both, they gave R. Kelly their children in exchange for money. R. Kelly even got on here and said it. He said the only reason that the two girls, what their name is, the only reason they coming out was because the money stopped. Okay, he said it out his own mouth. He said, but as long as I was paying them, everything was fine. So it would lead me to believe that is it possible that the bodyguard could have paid forged that lady's name for them to get married? Yes. But is it also possible that she was given to him like all the other parents? Absolutely. So we'll never know. But what we do know is that she was married at 15 to this man. And legally, if the mama signed her way to do it, legally he did nothing wrong if the mama signed it off. The only reason they got divorced and they broke up is because the news got out and everybody was like, what the hell? You 30 years old married to a 15 years old? And then they had to split it up. That's the only reason the marriage got annulled. That's the only reason any of that, because the rumor got out and everybody knew. So whenever they would do appearances, everybody was looking at R. Kelly like a damn PDF file, because we were like, how your ass 30 years old married to a 15 years old? Oh, and by the way, the rumor was also that she was pregnant, but allegedly got rid of the baby. That was the rumor back then. I don't know it to be a fact, but I heard back then she got pregnant and they got rid of the baby. So, okay. So yeah, I don't know. Okay. Let's get back into it.
We had the conversation. Why would you still with someone that raped your girl? Would you still do anything with that person? So why would anyone expect me to? Like, that's what I don't understand. I'd be like, yo, people be like, why? Well, just that alone. There's a lot of other shit, but that alone was like the nail in the coffin for me. I was out of there. I was gone. Trust me. After that, I don't want to be nowhere near. I knew that shit was gonna blow up. I didn't want no parts of that shit. Like, I was like, I don't want no parts. That's not good money. So I was done with him for that.
How did Jay respond when you confronted him about it?
You know how he is. He's like, yo, I ain't nothing to do with that.
Damn.
What I would love is for someone to ask him, like, yo, why would you still do a project with that man knowing that he raped Aaliyah? That should be the question.
But this is what make Jay-Z grimy. If what Dame Dash is saying is true, this would make Jay a grimy, nappy-head bastard. And yeah, I called them nappy. Them locks don't want to lay down. Let me tell you why he would be grimy as hell. Because you over there all in R. Kelly face, feeling like, oh, you know it's wrong, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. Yet you was in love with the girl too. That's what would make Jay a grimy, nasty dog. Dirty, low down. Because you was all up in R. Kelly face, whole tea. You probably was only over there playing with R. Kelly and dealing with R. Kelly because you was trying to get closer to Aaliyah. In my opinion, if you ask me, because he was in love, allegedly, with Aaliyah. So for him to get on here and be like, you knew, yeah, I know it happened, but they ain't got nothing to do with me type tease. And then you was turning around and in love with the girl. Girl, birds of a feather flock together. That's all I'm going to say.
Period. It shouldn't be for me. It should be the question posed to him. You know, I don't give a fuck about nothing else. But that right there was bridge burnt. But I just was like respecting her, respecting the business. But I was I moved out of rock. Like if y'all look at, I left Rockefeller. It wasn't that I got kicked out of Rockefeller. I left Rockefeller. You understand what I'm saying? The option was there for me to stay. I did not want no parts of it. I was done. I left Rockware. Think about it, bro. I said, f all the money, all this, I'm out. Now think about, a lot of men would not have made that choice. But any real man would have to make that choice. I was left no choice. He gave me an offer I could not refuse. Like, we done. You know what I'm saying? You gonna fuck with this man. You knew he raped my girl. You was in love with her. How could you do that? It's obviously you want me to feel away. Like it wasn't enough money for us to do that. So I was done. I thought I was cool about it. Like I was like, I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm just be out. And then I thought I was cool about it. I really did.
So this is after Jay tried to talk to Aaliyah, but she chose you over him.
You know the timeline, bro. He did the project when she died, which was even more disrespectful to me. And I'm not getting over that. But they're not fighting. It's just, yo, go over there, I go over here. That's what it is. But it doesn't mean hate on me and f my money up, but apparently it did.
I think I missed it when he said she was in love. Hold on.
Like, we done. You know what I'm saying? You gonna f with this man. You knew he raped my girl. You was in love with her. Dad. How could you do that? It's obvious.
He said, we done. You know, F with old boy. Look.
With this man, you knew he raped my girl. You was in love with her. How?
Jigga is a dirty, low down, funky rat. Yes, he is, in my opinion. Because, and listen, this gives me more credence to believe that that's why Aaliyah got up out of here, bro. Because I didn't even realize till he just said it. They did the best of both worlds thing after that girl was gone. Girl, listen, if y'all know anything about the industry, or heard anything about the industry, y'all know that these people be doing rituals and sacrifices and things of that nature, allegedly. It wouldn't surprise me that they came together for the project because, hell, both of them was like, if we can't, you know what I mean? And then for Jay to lose to Dame at that time when Jay was on the trajectory up, mind you, they split and Aaliyah was still with Dame, okay? So I could just imagine somebody like Jay feeling like I should be the one. How dare this nigga get the girl? It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. And that was the reason why that lady got up out of there. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know it to be a fact. This is just a conspiracy theory. But all I'm saying is that speaks to that Negro's character. So everybody around here thinking just because Jay quiet and Jay don't say nothing. Oh, I don't believe this could be happening. I don't believe this could be happening. Birds of a feather flock together. Show me your friends and it'll tell me a lot about you. If he hanging out with the diddler, then you're not about to tell me it is completely impossible for Jay-Z to be in those situations with Diddy. You're not going to tell me it's impossible that him and R. Kelly have more than music in common. Okay? You're not going to make me believe that, okay? Because at the end of the day, it was all a bunch of grown men vying for the attention of a child at some point. And let's not forget, hold on. Let's not forget, unfortunately, this beautiful young girl was literally, in my opinion, what it seemed to be passed around the industry like nothing in 90 going west. And it's disgusting. And I hate that happened to her. And I know for a fact, if her parents have any sort of conscience, and that uncle of hers too, that I hope she haunts them every day. Because there's no way my 14-year-old is doing all of this and I'm not. Where I'm supposed to be at with my 14, 15-year-old all around the doggone world with these grown-ass men. Not, you know what I mean? Like, no. All of it. It's disgusting. It's ridiculous. And at the end of the day, even though it was somewhat of a norm in the 90s and in the early 2000s, it was disgusting. And I hope that whoever is involved with this, I hope that they get up out of here. Now, Jay, you on the hot seat now. You on the hot seat, not that. And you done just disassociated yourself from Diddy. And now we got R. Kells coming back up, and Kells and Diddler. If I was one of y'all, girl, I would be singing. Do you hear me? And I don't mean when a woman's fed up. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I would rather us all behind bars in the clankety clank than for us two to be down here. And this nigga running around here acting like since he done got married to Beyonce, that arranged marriage allegedly, that we around here and he ain't did nothing. It was just us. Oh no, sir. If I was y'all, I would be singing like a dog. Do you hear me? And I said it. Okay. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. Because coming up off of having that type of childhood and then into the arms of another grown man, I'm pretty sure that lady had a lot going on in her mental. Okay? That's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous. And we knew that as kids in school, we knew what was going on. JM, thank you for the super chat. Hey, beautiful Vu. I hope your night is going well. I'm just catching the live. Love you all the way down, all the way to the ground. Thank you for your content. Thank you, JM. Yes, girl. Come on in, girl. Listen, we just getting started. We're about to get on Fat Joe, girl. Yes. Thank you so much for your support, my love. Chocolate Bunny, thank you for the super chat. She says, Kelly in jail singing like a bird, all going down, as he should. As he should. I would. I definitely would. Yes, Aaliyah was grown when she died at 22. But is 22 really grown? I had my daughter be 22 in December. Yes, legally, for legal purposes, yes, she's grown. But I'm thinking about the mindset, especially one coming off of years and years of her teenage years being abused. I'm just saying. We got to stop looking at it in legal ages sometimes and start thinking about the moral side of this stuff. Yes, at 22 when she passed, she was grown. But, like I said, my daughter be 22 December 30th. I don't see no grown woman when I look at her. I had my daughter at 19. I wasn't nowhere near grown. Yeah, legally, per the law, yeah, I was grown because once you're 18, you're grown. But, girl, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have the mindset. You know what I mean? I don't know. Everybody different, though. But anyway, y'all get the likes up on the video. We about to get into Fat Funky Joe. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Now, baby. Twitter is hanging Fat Joe by his ankles as they should, okay? Twitter is hanging Fat Joe by his ankles, and I am here for it, okay? As you guys know, Fat Joe has been going around. Well, he went to Math Hoffa show, and we're going to get on Math too. But he went to the Math Hoffa show, and on the Math Hoffa show, he's mad because let me get out of real tea. So a while back, and I did some videos on it. Let me before I say that, let me say this as well too. I'm not from New York. I'm not come from California. I don't have nothing to do with them people. I don't know them people. I love the people down there, but I don't know them people. I don't know how they come up. I never grew up in a skyscraper building that was a project. I never knew. The only thing I knew about being up on the 16th floor or the 17th floor and the elevator broke was watching Good Times. We didn't have projects like that in New Orleans. The projects went up to 3 floors. That was it. Okay. 3-floor projects, that's it, okay? So I don't know how it is to be in a tall skyscraper building that's really a project, and it's y'all and a bunch of people doing the Macarena together. I don't know nothing about that, okay? Where I'm from, it was the niggas in the project. That's it. Just the niggas, okay? We didn't have a bunch of Hispanics. We didn't have the Asians down there. We didn't have none of that. It was just the niggas on top of the niggas, okay? Okay. So, boom. So, there's a culture in California and a culture in New York that us people in the middle of the map find real odd. You know what I mean? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. There's a culture on the West Coast of America and a culture on the East Coast of America that us down in the middle of the map and in the bottom of the map, we find real odd, you know, and I get it. Growing up with certain people, you know, you tend to develop camaraderies and oh, we all hung out together. We all ate Spam out the can together. I get it. I'm here for it. But it's something about, I don't know. I don't understand it. And you know what? It's not for me to understand, nor do I want to understand it. What all I'm saying is it's odd. Oh, Teray asks what's odd. I'll let you know, Fat. You know what's odd? What's odd is that you know good and well that your so-called Hispanic people don't really rock with you like that. Yet and still, you give them passes to call you nigga, but if you call them a wetback, then you would be wrong. That's odd to me. And I think anybody with common sense would think that that's odd. It's odd that you allow them all in your culture, but let you go grab a doggone sombrero and in some tortillas and go down there to their cookout and see what happened. That's odd to me. That's odd. And I get it. Black people love bringing anybody to the cookout. I'm here for it. But that's odd to me. And if it was a two-way street, then I'd be like, okay, I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? But it's never a two-way street. That street was always a one-way. And that's odd to me. I ain't never been around nobody to use the N-word that wasn't one. Just period. It's odd. And most people in the middle of the map find that very odd. Debate your own. So there's this thing on the East Coast and the West Coast where y'all allow these foreigners with the hard R to call you nigga, 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 and y'all just, oh yeah, papi, oh, let's go to the bodega, da 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 da. And see what happens is these people done got so comfortable saying it around y'all that when they say it to other people in the middle of the map, we want to take their head off their shoulders. And then it's y'all saying, well, it's no big deal. We all the same. Black and brown coalition that really never existed, but it's all the same. I don't understand why y'all getting so mad. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, shout out to my New York shirt. Wore this on purpose today and did. Shout out to New York. But look, y'all want people to understand that weird ass one-sided relationship that we never will. And then get mad when we don't understand that weird ass one-sided relationship because it's always been one-sided. Hello, welcome to the party. You're late to the black people on those sides who allow the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, and all them other people to say nigga, 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 nigga. You've been played. Congratulations, you played yourself. You've been played because while they outside dressing like you, talking like you, acting like you, rapping like you, dancing like you, everything doing, I'm talking about cosplaying is at its finest. You getting left to the wayside because when you want to go down to the fiesta or to the bodega and act like you Papi don't let you play with him like that. So congratulations, you played yourself. Now, y'all could continue allowing these people in the West Coast, on the East Coast, especially on the West Coast, because you niggas can't even go in the Mexican neighborhoods. Let's talk about it. And this is not a hit piece. I just had to say this part. At least on the East Coast, y'all get the teetering, tottering, and mixing in. Y'all might get them, you know, woo, woo, woo. But on the West Coast, carry your ass down there by them essays and see what happened. I don't understand. I just will never get it. Okay? So neither here nor there. So what happens is y'all will give these people passes to say the nigga word, nigga word, nigga word. Now that the people in the middle of the map is getting hip to it, we ain't trying to hear that shit. We not doing that. No, we not doing that. No, ma'am. Keep that over on the West and on the East Coast, okay? Keep that on the West and the East Coast. We don't do that in the middle of the map. Because see, what's going to happen is they're going to be niggering it up over there on the East and the West Coast, and then they're going to come to the South or something like that, and then somebody going to knock their head off their shoulders because y'all give them a pass. Y'all got to correct that. Y'all the one started it. Y'all got to correct it, okay? Now, why is this important? Y'all get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. Hold on. Let me read some of these super chats. Miss Parker, thank you for the super chat. Please hit the like button. It's a free way to support the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Yes, like and subscribe to the channel. We about to get into it. Heavy. Subscribe to the channel. Miss Parker, thank you for the super chat again. She says 400 people hit the like button. Yes, 400 people. Y'all hit the like button. We gotta have just as many likes as people in the building. We got 1,600 and almost 1,650 in the building. Y'all get the likes up. Miss Kitty, thank you for being a member for 6 months. I understand exactly what you're saying because growing up in DC, it was all Negroes in my neighborhood. So yes, DC was a chocolate city like New Orleans was a chocolate city. Niggas on top of niggas. That's it. So DC, places like DC, places like at one point, not no more, but at one point Atlanta, places like that understand what I'm talking about. And it's not for me to be amongst other cultures because I've heard a lot of people say this as well too. Oh, well, I think the problem is you're not from New York. You need to understand the culture of New York. No, because I love New York. I love y'all down to the ground. But New York people think y'all the smartest people on the face of this earth, and y'all think y'all know everything. And y'all think that if it don't come out of New York, it ain't nothing. I had to say that, boy. Like, New York wants the world to adapt to New York instead of New York adapting to the world. You know what I mean? And I just, I love New York people. It's just whenever they come to the South, they always have to get that rude awakening. They think they smarter than everybody. They think everybody's slow. And it just be like, okay, what that name be up in there? Khadijah. All right, Khadijah, girl. I mean, all right, Raekwon. Like, sure, Raekwon. You know what I mean? It just be like, for real. Y'all show y'all ass when y'all come down south. Y'all do show y'all ass. Y'all do. Girl, I went to a club out there, not a club, but a little hookah bar. Girl, the whole Jersey was in there. New Jersey was in there, girl. Everybody had on Tim's and they started listening to that house music or that go-go music. And everybody was in there. I said, what the fuck is this? Girl, it was a bunch of New Jersey people in there listening to that. Girl, you know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, and I'm saying all that to say, this is no shade. I love New York. But listen, I'm saying all that to say it's the same situation when we hop on this hip hop thing. People, when you talk about hip hop, people think that you have to understand New York to understand hip hop's origins. And that's not the truth. Because at the end of the day, the most sampled person in hip hop is who? James Brown. Guess where James Brown is from? Take a guess. James Brown is from Georgia. Okay? He's from Georgia. He spent some time in Macon, and I think the other Augusta. He's from Augusta, Georgia. Yes. My boyfriend's uncle, my man's uncle, was talking about how they used to see him all the time on the bus down in Macon. He's from Augusta, Georgia, and he spent some time in Macon, okay? So, are the origins of hip hop really and truly in New York? And do we have to acclimate to how New York see hip hop, or should New York acclimate to how the world sees hip hop? Because a lot of its elements come from the South. You get it? So back to the situation with this boy, Joey Crack. Okay. So Joey Crack, and I heard that they call him Crack because he used to show the crack of his ass, right? So Joey Crack gets on here. He looked like a fed. We talked about this yesterday, but we're gonna pull a photo back up. So Joey Crack gets on the internet or gets on Matt Hoffa show. And listen, I don't fully blame Matt Hoffa. I blame I don't fully blame Joey Crack. We're about to get into it. I blame Matt Hoffa and the people like Matt Hoffa. Okay, hold on. I want to show y'all Joey Crack. Okay, in his earlier days of so-called hip hop. See, he's always been, in my opinion, he's always been a weirdo. I never understood how everybody didn't see that without Remy Ma or somebody black, Lil Wayne, without Ja Rule, without any of these people, none of us would listen to a damn thing Fat Joe has to say. Fat Joe, Terror Squad only got on the mainstream of hip hop because Remy Ma was in. People holler Big Pun this, Big Pun that. Shout out to Big Pun. But that's not why we started. It was that black ass girl in the front who could spit. I ain't gonna lie. When I first saw Remy Ma with them, I ain't gonna hold you. To be completely honest, I was like, what's she doing with all them Hispanic people? Like, it was giving weird teeth.
Saw him sticking out. He was like the only Puerto Rican.
It was giving weird tease to me because I didn't understand why this black ass girl was down there with with all of them Hispanic dudes. Now, here is a photo. Hold on. Here is a photo of old Joey Crack in his hip hop heyday, right? According to Joey Crack, this is what he said. Joey Crack wants us to believe that he is hip hop. How he gets to have the voice and authority on hip hop, I will never understand. I will never understand. But this nigga is nope, he's not a nigga. This person is down at this party with a bunch of black people standing on the wall, holding the wall, looking like a fed. Look. Now, only thing he did was cut off his hair, keep the beard, and use the nigga word all day and all night, and don't nobody budge and don't nobody say nothing. Look at him. He looked like he's undercover. I said this yesterday. He looked like he's undercover. Yet and still, because New York allows conquistadors to come into the culture and take everything, and then also take on our slang and all of these things, the rest of the world is supposed to as well. That don't go like that. That don't go like that. See, just because y'all let the okie doke slide on, and I'm not talking about all y'all, I'm talking about the ones who let stuff like this slide. Just because y'all let the okie doke slide on y'all don't mean the rest of us have to. See, you got to be from New York to understand. No, I don't. I don't have to be from New York to know that this is a tortilla eating cracker. I don't have to be from New York to know that. Hello? I don't have to be from New York to know that this is a clear Hispanic conquistador playing in black people's face, profiting, having a whole career off of Negroes and taking everything that we have and then come back into the culture and not only act like he run the culture, but also act like he's the authority over anything in the culture. Don't nobody outside of New York listening to no goddamn Fat Joe. Literally. I have never been anywhere, and they've been like, yo, y'all heard that new Fat Joe? Never. The only reason we listened to Make It Rain because Wayne was popping like fish grease at the time, hollering, yeah, I'm in this bitch with the terror. Got a handful of straps, better grab an umbrella. I make it rain. Matter of fact, hold on. This the only reason we was around there rocking with that song because Wayne was hotter than fish grease. Wayne was hotter than fish grease, and it was lit because Wayne was on it. I make it rain. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes. Nobody, nowhere to this day know what Fat Joe said on the song. As a matter of fact, I don't even know what he said on Lean Back. I don't even know what he said on Lean Back. I still don't. You know what I know? R to the easy, M to the wizard, my arms stay greasy. Yay! I don't know what Fat Joe said. Oh, I do know what he said. See my niggas don't dance, we just pull up a pants in. Do the rock away. Now lean back. The hook. This nigga is good for the hook, and that's it. That's it. So I don't understand the big hype around Fat Joe, and why everybody's over here saying, "Oh, but Joe been in the hood. He's a legend." A legend to who? And what? How? Why? And when? And where? How, Sway? A legend? A legend of what? Huh? He not even one of the collaborative kings. He didn't even do the best collabs. What are you talking about? He's a legend. A legend? Girl, I ought to take that melting pot and kick it over and make it and burn everybody up down there. A legend? Girl, please. That Negro ain't no, well, he ain't no Negro. I'm sorry. He ain't no legend of nothing. Oh, I know he's a legend of conquistadors. He is a conquistadorian legend. That's what he is. Now, I remember a while ago. See, I used to love me some Remy. Shout out to no shout out to Remy, bitch. Because ever since we found out you started cheating on Papoose with a nigga with a stutter, you done lost all respect for me. But you lost it all before that, bitch. I'm talking about Remy. You lost it before that when you was round there giving Fat Joe the N-word pass and all types of stuff. But you really was sealed the deal and put the nail in the coffin for me was with you over there with Easy to Black Captain. Bitch, you messing with a nigga with a speech impediment over their husband, you are worth the dime. Hey, let me show y'all this. No, I gotta say this part because I remember go back to the days where we don't know these celebrities because I love to meet some Remy, my black ass. Then when I found out she started talking, I said this whole slow as a turtle. So fuck you, Remy. Matter of fact, yeah, let me get my little cue up. Remy, my bitch, I used to like your hoe. Yeah, I did. But now I'm realizing you a flunky and you's an idiot and you's a loser. So fuck you, Remy, and your family, bitch. I had to get that off because I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired. I liked it better when I didn't know nothing about you. I loved it when I didn't know nothing about you. But now you done come out here and showed your ugly ass hand, and I say that's good for you. You know what I'm saying? Hell with Remy. I don't even like her no more. But anyways, let me show y'all a video of Remy Martin looking like her name Remy Martin. What her name? Reminisce or something like that? Remy on here giving Fat Joe the pass to say the N-word, talking about, this is the mindset, because he just as much a nigga as me. You know, I grew up with Joey Crack, and we all use the N-word. I mean, I never could use the spick word, but we use the N-word. We all sung it together. So I feel like he should be able to say the N-word because we all grew up as niggas together. The cops treated us like niggas. So we niggas. I oughta, you know what I mean? I ought to get Daggerissa to get over there and drag that wig off that whole head. Check it out.
People pick which words that they want. Like, you know what? Bitch. We don't like that word. Ho. So I throw some pussy in there. Shit, fuck. We don't like those. These are bad words to say.
I think niggas.
People say here, when it comes to the word nigger or niggas or however you want to do it, I don't usually get offended, regardless of what your nationality is, if I don't feel like you're using it as a racial slur. I hear it so frequently from people. People pick which words that they want. Like,
so this was her on here telling everybody that she don't mind when other nationalities use the N-word. See, and this is how you get a Fat Joe, because Fat Joe called Black Americans or foundational Black Americans broke ass niggas. Now, I ain't gonna lie, there's nothing positive coming out of that. I don't hear nothing positive coming out of these broke ass FBA niggas. Huh? Are you crazy? Are you, in your words, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Yes, you're dumb. I don't like Remy Ma no more. I don't like the bitch. And that's why that bitch can't do nothing but hard poetry now. I said it. Yup, you ain't gonna make it no further than hard poetry, bitch. And ain't nobody gonna buy that regular ass album. And now that you don't have Papoose to help write your shit, you really about to be out here in these streets. Now let's get back to this doggone this cup of skim milk. Back to the skim milk, okay? Now this here is Joey Crack as a young boy, okay? This here is Joey Crack as a clear young boy. If I didn't hear his mama out there saying "Hola, como estas," I'd have thought he was a damn a colonizer, a clear one at that. Okay. So y'all not about to tell me that this nigga done got a tan. I'm sorry, I don't mean to call him a nigga because he ain't no nigga. But y'all not about to tell me that he ain't caught no tan or whatever and cut his hair off and let the beard grow out, and now all of a sudden he black. He ain't black. He ain't never been black. Ain't never gonna be black. Okay? Never been black. Never gonna be black. He's a clear young kid, fat ass kid who ran around here telling everybody that he was from Puerto Rico. Then he came back and said he was from where he say he was from? Oh, Cuba. We don't know where he from. It's giving plant teas. He might be a white boy. For real. He might not be from Cuba. He might be from Connecticut or something. We'll never know. We will never know. Because all them years I thought he was Puerto Rican because he was out there with Big Pun. Whole T, he wasn't with no Big Pun because he was no Puerto Rican. He got on what it was, Drink Champ, to say he a Cuban. I don't know who this nigga is. I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is. Okay? So, with that being said, I don't trust nothing this fat bastard has to say. And for him to get on here and disrespect a whole lineage of people and it be black people sitting across from him. And he doubled down, and we're going to get into it. But black people sitting across from him, that's problematic. That's extremely problematic. I want to show y'all, because I got some receipts. Oh, yes, I got some receipts. We about to get into it. Now, here go Big Pun, because he wasn't worth it down to Big Pun neither. At the end of the day, Big Pun's wife said that her husband wrote all of Fat Joe's stuff. Mind you, he want to call Lord Jamar and say that Lord Jamar is what he said. Lord Jamar is the worst in Brand Nubians. You don't even write your music. Matter of fact, he just as big of a plant as Cardi B. Have y'all not caught on to the doggone to the patterns yet? Have y'all not caught on to the patterns? So here go Big Pun's wife talking about how not only did he steal everything from them, but that her husband had to write all of his rhymes. This is her in the interview. Shout out to Big Pun's wife. She look black. Is she black? I don't know. She look like she a black Mexican or something. I don't know. Let's get into the interview, y'all. Get the lights up.
He's a very smart businessman. He's relevant. If it wasn't for Pun, Joe would have probably faded out, because if another label would have signed Pun, I feel Joe probably would have faded out in the back. But to know the fact that I know that Pun gave Joe, all right, we're gonna call you Don Carter Jr., and then wrote everything after that. You know what I'm saying? So everything. The whole Don Carter Jr. album, everything. He just wrote everything. You know what I'm saying? So,
but at the same time, I feel like, if he's better and like Fat Joe could do that, I think that's a smart move for even.
Oh no, Joe's a smart man. He's a smart businessman. I never said that. He's a very smart businessman. He's relevant all these years.
I'm putting you on, help me write. Like, if you're better, like mine is, why not? And because I'm trying to really, because what's taking so long? Like, I don't understand. Like,
so long of what?
To build that Big Pun's legacy, to get y'all together. For me, you and Fat Joe, like, why is it 20 years? How long? And you guys still haven't managed to really settle. Like, and he said that he wants just an apology. You can't do that. Like, as in.
Are you serious?
No, I'm asking you.
Why would I give him an apology after what he put my family through and what he did legally?
Was it legally? Like, how?
You know what? Can we stop this for a second?
Yeah.
I'm leaving this interview.
What?
Because this is like a whole Fat Joe situation now.
No.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good off of this. I'm not comfortable, and I'm leaving this interview. You're not gonna put me in a situation where now I'm gonna be recorded and this is gonna go everywhere, and you come in and how with this old Fat Joe stuff.
No, if you don't want it to talk about, no, if you don't want it, then you could have just said it.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm really good off this. The way you coming up and your attitude and the way you come up on this joking, like if you're siding with Joe, like I'm not gonna sit here and explain everything that my family went through and what I had to go through to fight for Pun's rights and my kids' rights. That's my godly right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't. Nah, I'm good. You fucked up. On that one. If it wasn't for
So what happened here, you guys, is she's doing this interview. This is around the time of the 20th year Terror Squad anniversary, and the guy was asking her about Big Pun and Fat Joe, and she said, "Listen, my husband wrote everything Fat Joe said. Like, if it were not for my husband, Fat Joe would have faded out, is what she said. Now the dude trying to slide in talking about you don't think you should apologize to Fat Joe. According to the wife, she said that Fat Joe and them stole all of their money, ain't give them nothing. Mind you, we wouldn't know Fat Joe unless he was over there tethered to Big Pun and Remy Ma. We would not know who he is. But he did that family dirty, according to that lady, okay? And I know she's not Black American, but she's giving Black Latina, like she's a dark-skinned Latina. But I'm saying all that to say, in my opinion, he probably got rid of Big Pun too, because he's a plant. He's a plant. And for them to get that lady on here and ask her, should she just apologize to Fat Joe? Apologize to Fat Joe. To be completely honest, Fat Joe shouldn't have nothing. It should all be at Big Pun's wife's feet, because it was him who was the mastermind behind the Fat Joe character from the beginning, according to her. Okay? And I believe that because they say he ain't wrote nothing. He never wrote nothing. Shout out to Lord Jamar. Okay? So this is the type of person that we're dealing with as it pertains to Fat Joe. Fat Joe is not a good person according to other people around him. And if y'all not ready to cancel this fool, I don't know what else to tell y'all. If you want to know what should make y'all cancel him, the fact that his legs are shaped like the letter K on the backside. That right there should tell y'all cancel him. He got one knock kneed. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. And he's shaped like a cafeteria lady. Y'all got to get him up out of here. Y'all got to get him up out of here. And the fact that y'all keep allowing him to play around is just asinine to me. Okay? It's just asinine to me. The fact that y'all are sitting around here acting like, you know what I mean? Like this is some regular normal shit's naive, because it's not. The legs alone should get him canceled. Period. Okay? Just the legs should get him canceled. I ain't never seen nobody lose all that weight and still look a hot ass mess. This is another thing I want to show y'all. I told you, see, y'all don't be, if the ones who be on my morning jokes, you know, I told y'all. Them people say they brown in public, but when you go check their paperwork, they say they white. I told you niggas. Get my girl up here, because I know what I'm talking about. I know what I be saying. I be there when I said it. I told y'all niggas. I told you.
I told y'all niggas. I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all niggas.
Look at Fat Joe's arrest record. We did the same thing. We went over this with Jocelyn Hernandez. Who else we did? All of them Hispanics who running around here saying they black and brown community. When they get their paperwork, they all say they white. What's up? Somebody help me out. Help me out. See, what it is black people haven't caught on. They playing in your face, duck, duck, goose. They are, when it's convenient for them to be black and brown, then they black and brown. But when it's time to go down to them paperwork, them people is white as hell. Congratulations, you played yourself, black people.
It's survival. I get somebody lied. Smells like somebody lied.
All these so-called brown people on their paperwork be saying that they white, not black, not brown, white. They be checking white, Latina, or Latino, all of them. But you around here thinking because y'all in the project spinning on your head that y'all all the same. You've been played. Okay? You've been played. But I don't appreciate, like I said, I don't appreciate the fact that somebody like Fat Joe feels like he have any authority over anything in the community. Fat Joe don't have nothing. He gets to say nothing as it pertains to black people in the community. Now, before we get into what Fat Joe said, I want to get into this. A lot of y'all don't understand that this hip hop thing didn't start in New York. Yes, did New York take a bunch of elements of black culture and put it together and package it together and call it hip hop? Absolutely. So for the birth of the name, in which they took a whole bunch of stuff that already existed and put it in a melting pot and called it one thing, yes, New York birthed hip hop. Now, why is this important? Because there's a lot of foreigners with the hard R who came in during the inception of them gathering things that already took place, right? That gathering things, those foreigners with the hard R come in around the time that the black people were taking those things and recreating them and rebranding them. And now we have foreigners with the hard R like Fat Joe running around here saying stuff like, oh, Puerto Ricans helped invented hip hop 50-50. That's what they saying. And to the people down in the South and on the West Coast, we like, huh? Because we've always had our own form of breakdancing, rapping, all of that stuff. It wasn't no one person in New York who decided to do the call and response. That come from the black church. Okay. It wasn't no one person who started rapping. That was done hundreds of years before a rap was even thought about. So when we coming from outside of New York, we got people inside of New York who, again, they're not creating anything. They're taking elements that already existed and rebranding them into something else, and then telling us whose elements they taking it from, going over telling us we got to be from New York to understand. No, that's backwards. No. Breakdancing comes from tap dancing, comes from all of that type of stuff that black people was doing in the South, in overalls, years and skulls and blows ago. Okay, now did y'all take it and do something else with it and update it? Yes, but you didn't create anything in New York. It was just a bunch of people that took stuff that already existed and rebranded it. That's what it was. Okay, now this leads for foreigners with the hard R, both black and clear, coming up here telling us like, oh, Black America ain't got no culture. Oh, if it weren't for the Puerto Ricans, if it weren't for the Dominicans, if it weren't for the Jamaicans, it wouldn't be no hip hop. I have a real question to all of those people who say stuff like that. This is a real live question to everybody in New York and the surrounding areas or anywhere who really believe that Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, and all these people had so much to do with hip hop. Tell me, what part did you add to hip hop? What part did you contribute to hip hop? Can hip hop withstand without the part that you claim that you added? Because according to the Jamaicans, oh, they got this from dance hall. We ain't got a goddamn thing from dance hall. Stop it. The Puerto Ricans were saying they got this, that, and third. We ain't got nothing. Matter of fact, y'all ain't even the real Puerto Ricans. Get me up here. Now I'm about to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Now my nerves getting bad. See them Spaniards out there in Puerto Rico who still live segregated in 2024? Y'all not even the real Puerto Ricans. Y'all ain't no Taino Indians, because the Taino Indians and the real Puerto Ricans is black as me. Y'all ain't even the real people that y'all around here cosplaying as. Oh yeah, Mexicans too. Y'all ain't the real Mexicans. See them skim milk looking Mexicans? Y'all are not the real people. What y'all did was get down there, colonize them people, push them off to the side, and y'all took on their identity. Y'all not even the real Puerto Ricans and Mexicans and all of that. So I'm really not listening to y'all. Y'all colonized and cosplayed the Mexican spot and the Puerto Rican spot you're in. It was a bunch of black people who was there doing all of that. Even Brazil, y'all too, get y'all up here. Brazil too. I heard about how y'all don't let the dark-skinned Brazilians get in the parades and do their thing, but y'all let all the clear ones, they getting clearer and clearer as the day go by. I heard about how y'all only let them get on there. And, oh yeah, let's go to Telemundo. Telemundo only let the clear Mexicans on there, even though they all cosplaying. None of them are the real indigenous people of those lands. The indigenous people of those lands are my color and a little bit brighter, but they are black people. So when y'all get on here talking about, oh, Puerto Rico gave this culture to it, we gave this element to it, you're not even a real Puerto Rican. You're a Spaniard who colonized. You're a conquistadorian Spaniard who came down here from Spain. Your people come from Spain, and y'all colonized, and some clears, some British, and y'all colonized them people, and y'all took on their identity, and y'all came back up here and tried to tell us y'all was the real people. But the thing is, we waking up now. We starting to realize that y'all ain't the real people, okay? So, yay, shout out to the real Brazilians, shout out to the real indigenous Brazilians, the real indigenous Puerto Ricans, the real indigenous Dominicans, the real indigenous Cubans. Yeah, shout out to the real black people of all those lands, not the Spaniard conquistadors around here cosplaying as they always do. We're tired. We're tired. We're tired. We are tired. Okay. Shout out to the real indigenous people of those lands. You know, they say the last shall be first and the first shall be last. Hopefully, y'all can get up out of here, get out of the shadow and come to the forefront so y'all can come and tell the rest of the world how them Spaniards came and cosplayed y'all and lied and said that they were you. Okay? I can't wait for that day to come. Hopefully, I'm here to see it, but it will be coming. Because Fat Joe ain't no real Cuban or no real Puerto Rican. He's a Spaniard is what he is. Same thing the Clears did in America, people did in those Spanish-speaking areas. Period, point blank. As a matter of fact, from what I hear in Honduras, them people didn't even speak Spanish till the Spaniards came over here. Stop acting crazy. Stop acting crazy, okay? Now, back to what I was saying. So, let's get into the origins, a little bit of the origins of where this rap, bebop, all this stuff, it comes from a thing called ragtime and other things. Now, this is just one small clip that I'm going to let you guys see, because what we have to understand is Black American culture is the culture. We created every famous genre of music there is. Hip hop, rap, if you want to separate them, country music, blues, pop, rock and roll, they all come from Black people, Black American people. And like I heard on somebody else's channel, Black American people don't never go nowhere and try to claim nobody else's stuff. But y'all always want to come over here and try to claim our stuff. And then get mad when we say, nah, we not letting y'all do that. Now all of a sudden it's, y'all just being racist. You're not about to gaslight us, baby, because you can say we racist all we want. We not letting you do it. Jazz too, bluegrass, yes, all of it. If it exists and it's popular, we made it. We made it. If it exists and it's popular, we made it. Period, point blank. Not no damn Spaniard. Not none of them, okay? Now, Fat Joe has said that they created it 50-50, right? Let's get into this video of this older man explaining what it was that was going on in those times. Check it out. Y'all get the lights up on the video.
92 years old. And if you tell me where it comes from, I can make a living.
Now, this is an old video of a 92-year-old man talking about how he don't even know how long ago we were doing this type of music. This is engraved in who we are, okay? Everybody else is a carbon copy. So you're not going to come over here at an inception of gathering stuff that already existed and then turning around and tell us that you helped create it 50-50. 50-50 these nuts. You ain't create a goddamn thing 50-50. Shit.
I don't know. I heard it all my life. I don't know. Listen to this. You know this. Right? Front slits. But when he does this, that's ragtime. That's Liszt. Because the kings can do no wrong. But that's ragtime. Soon.
And this is see how he played one chord and then turned around and from that chord created something else. That's what happened in hip hop. Hip hop took stuff that was already existing and remade something else with it. Okay. That's what this is all about. And that's what the man is trying to show you. Hold on.
As soon as you syncopate, listen, all God's children got shoes. The hip, that's ragtime, and that was in the church.
Told you, all of this stuff, most of this music comes out of the Black American church. That's where it comes from. A lot, not all of it, but a lot of the basis and origins of the music that we do come out of the church, not out no damn cathedral out in Puerto Rico. Okay. And I want that to be known out here, because what we're not going to do is allow these people to come in and say and do whatever it is they want. Okay. That stuff give you old Baptist church from day 1 to day 2. But the thing is, if you don't know anything about it, you wouldn't think that. And we got these people coming in the mid to late 70s talking about how they created something that already existed. That don't go like that. That don't go like that. I want to go here with it, because we're going to get into Fat Joe's comments too. Because I didn't get to fry him up the way I wanted to fry him up yesterday. But I got time today. Get the likes up on the video, y'all. Get the likes up on the video, please. My bad, y'all. So, I showed y'all, no, let's go here with it. Hold on. I want to show y'all this. So, shout out to my Caribbean people. And even my Hispanic people who don't be down with this. You know what I'm saying? My New York and LA people who ain't down with this type of time. Shout out to y'all. But let me tell you something. Y'all got to understand that we have been dealing with plants for a long time. We have been dealing with plants for a long time. Here we go with what's his name? The 2 tether plants right here, Fat Joe and doggone Busta Rhymes. Now let me say this. I had no clue. Listen to me and listen to me good. I had no clue that Busta Rhymes was Jamaican. I didn't figure that out until recently. I want to say the last 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I had no clue. I thought he was just a nigga. I mean, ish, but I didn't know he was a Jamaican. See, what happens is both of these people have the same thing in common. All they did was come into a culture, cosplay the people in the culture, and then turn back around and acted as if we don't have no culture. That's what they do. Ja Rule, what's his name? Busta Rhymes is no different from Fat Joe. They are 2 in the same. 2 foreigners, 2 guests in the culture that turn around and take the culture, dress like the culture, act like the culture, talk like the culture, all that. We didn't hear Busta Rhymes make Henry one a Jamaican song. I never heard him sing a Jamaican song and put it on there. And as a matter of fact, let's talk about it. Yeah, Busta Rhymes was fire. I ain't gonna lie. He was lyrically inclined. But the only time commercially we want to hear you was when a nigga was on there. Gonna make your body wet. Pastor Cavassier. Nigga, you needed a nigga on there for us to really want to hear. Now, they got some people who really into Busta and they listen to the albums and things of that nature. But I'm talking about commercial-wise. We didn't want to hear you on the radio unless you was accompanied by a Black American. But yet Busta Rhymes and Fat Joe want to sit up here and act like, well, they don't really have a culture. They really they got this from this and this come from this. Nigga, have you lost your oxtail neck even as, boy, I'll take a bowl of oxtails. Have you lost your mind? You must have lost your rabbit ass mind. Okay? So let's get into a couple things that these people had to say. Y'all get the likes up on the video.
The 90s. I was born. But first of all, my projects is 90%. I'll give you 80% Black. Still. My grandmother's projects is 99.9% Black. Be clear. So I'm Spanish. I knew I was Latino, but the whole time I thought I was Black.
Oh,
anyway,
nigga, please.
So my mom's lived there 40 years before I was born. The 90s.
So Joey Crack's thing is, because he lived amongst 80% Blacks in his mama's neighborhood or grandmother's neighborhood and 99% Blacks amongst his his grandmother or mama's neighborhood, whatever, that he thought he was Black growing up. I knew I was Latino, but I thought I was Black. It's so easy to impress some niggas, bro. I swear to God. Let's get into Busta Rhymes.
Does not negate the history of the
culture. Yes, tropical people, but even here in the United States, where the multicultural, because the U.S. ain't got no culture. They shit is all our shit. A bunch of our shit is what makes the U.S.
If that was the case, you fat neck, you jerk chicken eating bastard, if that was the case, then why when you came out, you wasn't singing like Bob Marley? See, that should be triggering me, bro. That be triggering me. Oh, all that shit really come from our shit. If that was the case, then where is the Jamaican, you know what I mean? Where is the Jamaican version of our greats? If that was the case, then why you came out rapping, talking, dressing, and acting like us and not the opposite? That's what I be talking about. Y'all be wondering why I want to kick over the melting pot? The melting pot full of shit. That's what I be talking about. Bro, I be getting triggered. Let him finish, bro.
Whatever you want to call it, we still don't know what that culture is for the U.S., but it's a mix-up of all of our cultures in the urban community. You know, the Latino and the West Indian.
He don't know what the culture is in the U.S., but he got a big old piece on his neck. Nigga, please. Nigga, please. You don't, whatever that culture is in the United States, we don't really know what to call it. You know what to call it. You looking at it. You looking at it. You big, thick neck girl. Oh, to take a pan of rice and peas and pop him in the back of the head with that shit. Girl, piss me off.
Has the greatest influence, and we've always had, and we'll always will, and it's just been that way. So I've actually been influenced by the Latino community, which allows me to feel that much more comfortable putting my West Indian influence in my music, because they made me feel that much more proud to be like, yes, try.
Don't be biased. Tell the truth. Don't be biased. Tell the truth. Put a 1 in the chat if Latino or Latin music, if you believe that Latin music has had an influence on hip hop. Don't be biased. Tell the truth. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't believe that Latin music has it or has had an influence on Black music. Because I'm gonna tell you now, this is just me. I have never heard music and been like, oh, this wouldn't be this unless Latinos or Latin music played a part. Not one. The only one I heard was what Barty tried to do with that I Like It Like That. And that shit was cool. It was a little cute yin yin yin. But wasn't no niggas around here bumping that shit like that. That was for the Latinos, so she can tap into that crowd. Niggas wasn't bumping that I Like It Like That. We didn't give a damn about that shit. You saw what happened to bongos. Y'all saw what happened to bongos. Girl, we wasn't mocking that shit. We don't like that shit. We don't get jiggy with that shit. We don't rock. We don't do nothing with that. Girl, you saw what happened to bongos. We don't listen to that. It's always the other side, the other way around. It's always the opposite. The opposite is always they come into the culture playing like us. They don't come in loud and proud. They don't come in loud and proud with their culture. They come in playing like one of us. Then when they get good and comfortable and get their feet set, then oh yeah, I'm Jamaican, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm this, that, and the third, and now we have all the influence on you. Stop it with all of that. Stop it. Listen, like I said, I didn't grow up with Hispanic people, but whenever I seen y'all on the TV, y'all was wearing church shoes and church pants and button-up shirts. Like y'all got to New York and put y'all Timbs on and forgot. Y'all got to New York and put y'all Timbs on and forgot. Yay. Y'all adapt our culture. Let's get into Fat Joe talking about he's having, I think this is with Angie Martinez. He's talking to Angie Martinez trying to say that Black people didn't influence the hip hop the way that they did. I think this is the one where he's going to say it was 50-50. Check this out.
The history of how it started. Latinos and Blacks created hip hop. If you go to Wild Style, the first hip hop movie, you will see the Cold Crush Brothers. Their DJ was Charlie Chase, Puerto Rican. And you'll go to the battle that they had with Romantic, which is the first Puerto Rican MC. Ruby D was in there with the Fantastic Romantic. You cannot eliminate the Latinos' contribution to hip hop. When you talk about breakdancing, we talk about rock steady and Crazy Legs. When you talk about graffiti, like it's every element of hip hop. It was 50-50, bro.
Latinos weren't involved in hip hop directly that much in the early days of hip hop.
They weren't.
One or two.
Does not negate the history of the culture.
So as you can see, he's going back to photos and movies to kind of prove that Latinos had just as much creation in hip hop. Let me show y'all something. I want to show y'all something. I'm going to put this in modern day terms because this is what happens, and this is why I was upset with this situation here. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. I remember, because this is the same way they're going to shape the narrative. This is the same way they're going to shape the narrative, right? Moving forward. So do you guys recall? Let me get it up here. I gotta find it. Hold on. I want to set this up for y'all. So y'all know about They Not Like Us, right? And I remember originally all the Mexicans got on their little soapbox. I did a video on it. They all got on their soapbox and it was like, oh, Kendrick had the pop-out tour, but he didn't have none of the Hispanics there. We should have been there. There's no way they can have a pop-out tour without us. And I'm over there saying, no, the hell they don't. They don't need to be there. Ain't no Hispanics. When he said they not like us, they are the they that he was talking about, right? So boom. Kendrick does his, matter of fact, here is this one right here? Yeah. Check this out. Look, I'm about to show you this in real time. Watch. Hold on. I'm about to show this to you in real time.
You guys keep saying Not Like Us is full of lies. It's close enough to lead people to look at that and say, even if he didn't do the thing, you represent a certain character that all these people have been around or have seen and tried to keep either their brother or sister away from, or their maybe they tried to keep themselves away from. You're now stranger danger. And in a time where so many people are getting exposed for immoral behavior, you standing on the side of this is the...
It's not the one I was talking about. Hold on. I want to show y'all something else. Hold on. I thought I was able to show this. So when Kendrick did the They Not Like Us thing, and the Hispanics with the losing their mind on the West Coast talking about, oh, they need us and they not like us, blah, 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 blah. And I kept saying, no, Kendrick, keep it black. Keep it black, Kendrick. Do not allow them people to get on there, because what they're going to do is reference that in the future to turn around and be like, see, we were a part of West Coast history. If it were not for us, it wouldn't be X, Y, and Z. I remember saying that. That's exactly what happened. So at first, Kendrick had it up here. At first, Kendrick had it to where it was all black people, right? All black people in the video, all black people everywhere. Then Kendrick doubled back and had the Hispanics in the new video, the Squabble Up video. I think that's what it is, Squabble Up. Let me go get that video. He had them in a Squabble Up video. Now, when he put them in a Squabble Up video, they're going to do in the future exactly what Joey Crack ass is doing now. They're going to go back and say, see, the Mexicans were key in hip hop. Squabble up. Hold on. They're gonna say the Mexicans were key in hip hop because look, if you look at this video with Kendrick Lamar, you will see that the Mexicans were present. We were there. That's all this boy did. That's literally all he did. That's all. Let me see. Is it this one? Go back. That's literally all Fat Joe is doing. Fat Joe is trying to say, oh, well, if you go back to this time, my cousin carried the crates for this one. And then my other one, she did this and she did that. And they're going to use that to make it seem like, oh, we all had some part in it. And they didn't. And that's what they did back in the day. See, we're not smart enough to understand that. What they do is they place these people in these movies and stuff so that they can come back and reference it. They are trying to literally take hip hop from Black Americans. And in the past, it worked. It did work in the past, but it's no longer working anymore. We're not falling for it anymore. We're not. What we're saying is, no, you took this, you took that, you took that. Now we're present while you're trying to actively take it, and we're not going for it. Kendrick's having those Hispanics in that video is going to come back and bite Black Americans on the West Coast. I'm telling you what I know, because they're going to reference that and use that to say, see, if it were not for us, this would not happen. That's exactly what they're going to do. They've been doing it since the beginning of time. They've been doing it since the beginning of time. And it's sad, it's sick, but it's what conquistadors and colonizers do. Because remember, a colonizer and a conquistador, the only difference is one speaks Spanish and the other one don't. That's it. That's the only difference between a conquistador and a colonizer. One speaks Spanish, the other one don't. Okay? Now, I want to go here with it. Let's get into, back to this interview. Him trying to say that it was a 50-50 situation is a slap in the doggone face. That is a slap in the face. Now, recently, Fat Joe goes on Matt Hoffa's program, and we're going to get on Matt Hoffa too. He goes on Matt Hoffa program, And on Matt Hoffa's program, he's over there telling Matt Hoffa, these FBA foundational black authority niggas, broke ass niggas. And I'm sitting here saying, I know somebody across the other side in this barbershop feels some type of way. Well, apparently they didn't. Apparently they cool with it. Let's get into the interview. Oh, and by the way, ever since Matt Hoffa has taken the video down. Matt Hoffa has taken the video down. Why? I do not know, but he has taken the video down. Maybe it's too much backlash, but we got to start standing on business and making motherfuckers pay the piper.
Were made by radical black racists. Let's just say that. Okay, it's a group of these guys that don't want to hear Jamaican, don't want to hear Guyanese, they don't want to hear a black guy that ain't down with them. Right? So their job is to criticize anybody who don't look like them or who ain't black American.
Who are these guys?
You want me to say a name? We're gonna give them too much clout.
I mean,
the FBA, Foundational Black Authority, whoever the fuck these broke niggas is.
I told y'all yesterday, them dudes on the other side of that couch or on the other side of that barbershop laughing is no different from when Andrew Schultz went off on Kendrick Lamar and said that them heinous, nasty things. They are just as responsible and culpable as Fat Joe. Fat Joe doesn't exist without a bunch of nignogs like the Matt Hoffas in them. He does not exist unless it's some black people around there giving them the green light to do the bullshit and say the bullshit they say. So now there's some broke niggas. And they just laughing. The fuck? Now I heard they say Matt Hoffa is a Jamaican or something. I don't know. And maybe that's his gripe with FBA. Maybe he feel like because Tariq be calling people tethers, which I don't think all foreigners are tethers. I think the ones, or I don't dislike all foreigners. I think, as a matter of fact, I think that America has a special connection with the Americas, with the Caribbean and all these other people. But there are some people who come here to America and start to smelling their drawers and they get to acting a fool. And those are the ones I have an issue with. Now, I don't know if Matt take that offensively because Tariq Nasheed be doing that type of stuff. I don't know. But still, to turn around here and just let him, a white boy, a white Mexican boy, Spanish boy, sit across from you calling black people broke ass niggas, that tell me everything I need to know about you, Matt. Everything I need to know about you as a so-called man. Because ain't no different from if he was a white boy with blonde hair and blue eyes, there would be no different. Look,
I'm just keeping it a buck, and that shit is to attack everybody on Twitter. You see this nigga who run them, like your leader. Oh man, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. And so they trying to change the narrative. They're not from New York,
right?
So they telling a whole nother story. This was whoopity doop wop. Yo, bro. Far as I know, we're at Yankee Stadium right now, and it's hip hop's 50th birthday.
He mad because Microphone Check, Tariq's movie, debunked that whole Puerto Rican narrative. He mad. He mad because they got the pioneers of hip hop and put them on a documentary. And some of them, even some Puerto Ricans, said they had nothing to do with creating hip hop. That's what Fat Joe is mad about. That's why he said, you see their leader, he mad. He mad because we didn't allow them to steal hip hop, which I ain't gonna lie, hip hop so trash. But he mad because we didn't allow them to steal it like they did everything else.
And the guy who invented it, Grandmaster Flash, my brother carried his crates.
Boy.
My babysitters made up the let me hear you say ho.
That's a motherfucking lie. Call and response comes out of the black church. Call and response comes out of the Black American church. Call and let me hear you say ho. You a mother. You a clear pale lie. You is a lie. Ain't no Puerto Rican came up with let me hear you say ho. Ain't no Puerto Rican came up with no call and response. That come from Black Americans in the black church in America. Period. But it's just allowing him to get on here and say anything. Look.
2 girls, twins, used to babysit me. They made up, let me hear you say ho. So they have a big problem, these guys, right? So they're against anybody who ain't with them. So this ain't a popular message. This ain't what everybody's saying. We might be giving them too much light right here is what I'm trying to tell you. So there's a small minority to get on them Twitters and they running it up. We got a fucking Looney Tune, like your man Lord Jamal, who's a fucking Looney Tune.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's a loony bin, right?
Mind you, shout out to Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar was in the documentary. He was in the documentary. So you really mad with Lord Jamar because he was one of those people who debunked the bullshit narrative that Puerto Ricans created hip hop. Not even 50-50. To be honest, I don't even know what they added to hip hop. I don't. Tariq Nasheed went on Vlad. I saw a clip and he said 90-10. I wouldn't even give him 90-10. I mean, he did say some of them carried the crates, right? Maybe we'll give him 99-1 for carrying the crates and setting up the DJ booth. I don't know. But this right here is lame as hell.
We just said that the drug of choice is attention. It's this and this and that. They get a guy who he was a legend. He's brand Nubian.
Right.
And he's the wackest nigga in the crew. Be clear. But now this nigga might be like trying to get lit, trying to say anything. The world's flat, to this, that, anything to go viral. I just told you I stopped my shit because I go too viral. I'm scared. I'm too viral.
Right. I think we in the information era. Some people just they see so many paths. They decide to pick one, and some of them ain't the most popular one. So, they just.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that this opinion comes from a tribe.
Right.
It comes from a group of people that hate everybody but them.
That's not true. And I don't even I'm not, as far as identity, I identify with FBA, but I'm not a Tariq Nasheed person. I'm not a follower of the group on Twitter. I do listen to the Twitter spaces. I love those spaces, but they making it seem like Black American people just going on Twitter, just attacking people. No, what's happening is once Tariq Nasheed started the delineation movement where he told Black Americans, look, all that black and brown shit, we not doing it no more. All that shit where everybody kumbaya and singing together and hanging together, we not doing that no more. Since they want to separate when it works out for them, let's separate all together. If you're not a foundational Black American, then boom, you get to go over here and be Nigerian or whatever it is you are, and we stay over here and do our thing. That has made a lot of the people who've been able to eat off of Black Americans sick to their stomachs because now they cannot eat off of everything that we worked for. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. So he's projecting the way he feel because, it's just a bunch of Black people on there that hate everybody. They don't hate everybody. They hate tethers like you. They hate tethers like Joe. And I understand why.
There's radical Jews, there's radical Catholics, there's radical Puerto Ricans.
Right.
There's radical anything. If you do enough of that shit, enough of in-house racism, you wind up looking at the world fucked up and you can't even move around.
He's very strategic with using his words, radical, racism. That is so that people could think that Black people, Black Americans, now that they finally found an identity or have an identity and recognize that is so that people around him that are not Black American can automatically just say it's a hate group. That's what they did. Like I told y'all yesterday, they did the same thing to the Black Panthers. They did the same thing to Malcolm X. Anytime Black Americans have their own identity and want to stand on their own, they are labeled and branded as radical and racist. That is strategically done by conquistador fat ass Joe. That's what this is about. So that people can automatically discount the entire race of people because they're going to label it as radical and racist. That's what this is all about. Because for so many years, we've been on this Black and brown coalition. We've been on this Pan-African coalition, and it's been working out for everybody except us. Now that we finally say we've done enough, we've had enough, we've given enough, y'all go over there and do y'all. We gonna go over here and do us. Now it's, they must be radical and racist. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. So now Black Americans are radical and racist because we won't let you ride off the coattails of us saying that you created hip hop. Make it make sense that you did 50-50 in hip hop. Nigga, when we asked you what you did, you said your uncle carried the crates. You did not contribute anything to hip hop. So now we radical and racist. And you don't have to identify with FBA as a movement to understand the business and not the business, but the reason behind what's going on.
You understand? So that's how this shit come about. These guys don't like nobody but them.
See?
Hey, fuck that. This guy, well, how could he say?
But when they having Nigerian Day parades, or when they having Latin Day parades, or when Caribbean having they carnival and all of that shit in America, we never turn around and say, oh, they hate everybody except them. We never do that. Matter of fact, we let y'all go have y'all parades. We let y'all go have y'all day. We don't say nothing. We go and eat our food and mind our business. But the moment we have something for us, here y'all come. Oh, they don't like nobody except them. They radical and they racist. Because why? You can't benefit the way you used to off of us? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
This. How could it, bro? Have you been to my hood? Do you know where I'm from?
That don't have nothing to do with us.
You know, we did my brother's funerals. More black people than Spanish people at the funeral sitting next to my mother. Do you know where the fuck I'm from? But you trying to tell us what happened over here. All the legends I know, when I go to the legendary shit, they're all black and Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
And I sit there with them and I'm like, and they don't believe it. They don't understand. They don't understand like that talk. They're like, yo, what the fuck is this about? Like, they're confused. The pioneers, the Grandmaster Flashes, the Cool Hercs, the Melly Mel's, they're like, yo, we don't know what the fuck these people talking about. Because they on Twitter and they doing a little something, but what, I don't know what the fuck these people doing. Like, they're confused. They fucked with the wrong nigga. That's the problem. Fat Joe, the wrong one.
Oh, he the nigga that we fucked with. That was the wrong one. Didn't you just drop some whack ass album that's probably full of niggas? And let me say this too. Shout out to the black people on the West Coast and the East Coast, you know, who grew up with these people and really don't see a problem with it. I don't think, listen, I know for a fact, black people don't have a problem with people who see y'all as one of a kind. We really don't. We have a problem with y'all overstepping your motherfucking boundaries. That's what we have a problem with. It's not even the fact that a lot of things y'all get away with over there, or a lot of things that y'all can say and do over there. It's not even that. It's that y'all overstep y'all boundaries. Y'all take that shit out of the hood that make you comfortable, and y'all think that everybody everywhere else is gonna be on board. We don't have to know your background in New York. We don't have to know that they had more black people over there at your cousin's funeral. We don't care about none of that shit. We don't care about none of that shit. That's our portion of people who allow y'all to play in their face. But that don't mean we got to do that too. We don't have to come to New York to realize Fat Joe full of motherfucking empanada shit. Period. We don't have to come down there to do that. We don't. And now, like I say, we a hate group. That's all to discount us and to break up the momentum of Black Americans delineating from all of these people. And guess what? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, Conquistador. It's not going to work, Conquistador. It's never going to work. Let me let him finish this shit out.
He always been the wrong one. He the Achilles of this shit. He gonna come out with that. So you remember Achilles? They wait for the nigga. They look. Is he coming out?
That's too many niggas for
Is
me.
he coming out? Gillie run out with the sword. Oh my God!
It's too many niggas dropping for me.
They fucked with him. They got him about the tent. This nigga, God, they got, yo, this is wrong nigga. He don't care. He ain't scared of nobody. He don't give a fuck. He don't care. He got his own money. What you gonna do to me? Like, oh my God.
You know, just like the other situation with Andrew Schultz, I expect racist clears to do racist clear shit. I do. On my soul, I do. Honestly, I'd be surprised when the racist clears act like they're not racist. I expect that. I'm from the South. You know what I'm saying? I think what bothers me most is when they got people who look like me in the mix of it and don't nobody say nothing. As a matter of fact, they all laughing. Now, is everybody in there of a Caribbean descent? Is every person in there of Caribbean descent? And even if you're of Caribbean descent, that don't mean you get to allow this white boy to sit across from you and disrespect black people. Because guess what? They think that we all the same anyway. I don't understand. I truly don't understand how and this is that bug breaking stuff that we don't even recognize that's going on. Because this white boy, the only white boy in this whole thing, I think they got a Hispanic chick in there too. But he the only white boy in the entire barbershop. He done dropped 59 niggas in 2 minutes. And everybody just you knowing Matt Hoffa, you knowing for a fact that your audience is mostly majority Black Americans, and you ain't said nothing. Matt's audience isn't predominantly Caribbean. His audience isn't predominantly Hispanic. His audience is predominantly Black American. And you sat across from this man and you hollered and laughed. Man, what the fuck? What the and see, this why only for people like Matt, not all of the people from the Caribbean, because they got some real cool people, some real good allies we have with Caribbean people, bro, and Hispanic people too. I'm talking about the ones like this. This is why a Tariq Nasheed exists, because there's a lot of these Negroes out here who forget that when he say nigga this, nigga that, nigga, he looping you in too, because you Black as us. And y'all allow them to get away with too much stuff, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you're not gonna make people who not from your area have to conform to it just because that's your norm. That's not our norm. That's not our norm. Like I said, there was this Vietnamese girl who grew up wanting to be Black so bad. She talked Black, she act Black, she had Black kids or half Black kids. And I was knowing that girl since 6th grade all the way up through high school. Even after I graduate, not one time did that girl ever use the N-word in New Orleans. Never. So the Cardi B's, my nigga, because he my nigga, that's my nigga. I don't understand. I don't understand. I truly don't understand. Well, you understand it's from the Bronx, because I'm Cardi B and I'm from the Bronx. So that's how we talk in the Bronx. We talk like that in the Bronx. Keep that shit in the Bronx then. Keep that shit in the Bronx. Bruh, this shit blow me. Hold on. I want to read a couple of these super chats before we get to the Star Report joint. I want to read a couple of these super chats before we get to the Star Report. All right, let's go here. Disrupting Reality NYC. Thank you for the super chat. This idea that NYC is all kumbaya is a lie. We used to have a full-out race war with Puerto Ricans, Dominicans in high school. Mind you, this was in 2003. Oh, I could raise you that 2003, and we can go down to 2024. Hold on, because see, I forgot about that too. Thank you for bringing that up, Disrupting Reality NYC. I know for a fact it wasn't all kumbaya, because it was a point. It was a point where even in the movie, Spike Lee portrayed the fact that the Black Americans was not cool with the doggone Puerto Ricans. There's a story here I want to show y'all. Look, this is from 2024. LAPD or LA or something. Hold on.
In Tahunga in late August. You're watching a 14-year-old male student getting jumped and punched in the boys' bathroom of Verdugo Hills High School in Tahunga in late August. The attorney for the 14-year-old's family says the teen was also repeatedly called racial slurs.
Make no mistake about it. This is a case of racism.
Attorney Brad Gage says after the incident, the school held a meeting with the teen's mom, who doesn't want us to use her name for safety reasons.
They didn't care. They didn't do nothing to the other kids. And that's why I'm most upset about. They just sat there and did nothing.
Attorneys for the 14-year-old students say there are very few African-American students here at Verdugo Hills High School. They say almost from the first day of class in August, the teen was targeted by Latino students who called him racial slurs, physically assaulted him, and threatened to stab him.
My son is a good, smart kid, very intelligent.
This mom believes because nothing was done to her son's attackers, the situation escalated to what happened on campus on December 9th. Gage tells us it started on the schoolyard where his client was again thrown to the ground, punched, and called the N-word by two students.
I could have told y'all it was the slang they were using, or the slur they were using was nigga. I could have told you that. I could have told you that.
Point. Others that are part of the group or gang, they come and chase our client with a big butcher knife, trying to kill him.
Gage said,
"You get the point. This is what's happening in 2024. So you're right, disrupting reality. You're absolutely right. And I hate that black people be, and Star's gonna kind of check him on that a little bit, but I hate that people try to make it seem like, oh, black and Puerto Ricans and black and Hispanics, we were all kumbaya singing together. That's not true. That's not true. Jen, thank you for the being a member for 8 months. Vu, that's movie and reality TV. It was not a mix like that. Cordial, but that's it. They use the N-word. They getting called a spick and an ass whipping. I know that's right, Jen. For real though, but the new age people, now Matt claiming that he's 38. But he's giving hard 45, but he claims that he's 38. In his era, it wasn't like that or something like that. I don't know. But I know for a fact it wasn't like that. Spike Lee had it all in the movies. Remember Radio Raheem had the radio and they were saying, "Boota, turn that music off." And yay. Don't do that. Bunny, thank you for the super chat. It was so many people on IG line on New York vouching for him. I was windmilling in the comments because in the South we tussle. Absolutely. And that's the thing. That's what they do. What they do is they get a group of black people that's okay with it, and then they take that and use that as a pass to do whatever it is they want to do. We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that. And we're going to call you out. And we're not going to be labeled racist or radical because you don't like the fact that we're not allowing you to do whatever it is you want like you did. Disrupting reality. Thank you for the super chat. Even his name Fat Joe is inspired by us. Fats Domino, the Fat Boys. Yup. Fats Waller. Yup. We were the only ones who made that cool. Yes, because listen, black people in America, the only one give you a name by the way you look. Black Americans are the only people, the first people at least, who gave you a name strictly off of the way you look. Black Rob. Slim, you know what I mean? Slim Jim. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Slim from Baby, Birdman and Slim. We were the only ones gave you your name depending on how you look. Red this, Red Fox, Red, you know what I mean? That's what we do. We've been doing that since the beginning of time. So Fat Joe comes from Black American culture. It does. Thank you, Disrupting. I Coco, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Boo, from Cali, not everyone is down with the 9-acorn using the N-word. I have seen a lot get lumped up in using it. Good. And I know it's not everybody. I know it's not. I promise you. I'm just talking about the ones who do. Because you know who else drive me crazy too, girl? Blueface baby mama, Stewie. Her white looking ass over there always talking about my nigga. She kind of calmed down a lot recently. But at one point, it was she over there with my nigga, girl. I cringe, especially how I know the Mexicans treat the niggas in California. I was cringing, girl. But I know. Thank you, I Coco. 7. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you, my love. Rashida Libra, thank you for the super chat. But Voodoo, love your content, girl. Thank you. Love you back, and I love you back. Tower of Love Foundation, thank you for the super chat. The culture changed to rap with the R&B word in 90s. Yeah, because remember, it was in the 90s where we got the NWAs. It was in the 90s where we got the radical rap. It was the F the police rap. You know what I mean? You're right. It was definitely in the 90s. That's when the nigga word and the bitch word started coming out frequently. Yes, it was. Jen, thank you for the super chat. Vuya busting insults had me golfing, fart and snarting. Oh man, take care of yourself, Jen. Because Buster get on my nerves. I don't even like that nigga. I don't like him no more. Tower Love, thank you for the super chat. Change.org, save our future now, and stop the B word now. Okay, there's a petition already. Y'all go check out change.org. Stop the B word now. They need it. Shout out to C. Dolores Tucker. She was trying to do that from the beginning. Disrupting reality. Thank you for the super chat. Us allowing Latinos to participate in our culture made it easier for the groups or for other groups to infiltrate our spaces. I'm willing to die on this hill. We all are. And you know what? We made there was an error in our ways, but now we just have to correct it. That's it. There was an error in our ways, but now we have to correct it. It's no different from breaking a child that's been spoiled all his life. They'll be fine. They'll be just fine. They just got to get used to the new norm. And the new norm is a clear Spaniard like Fat Joe is not going to run around here using the N-word and saying and doing whatever he wants. Period. And he's going to put some respect on Black Americans' name. Love is stronger than that. Thank you for the super chat. That's just like y'all saying, that's just like saying drill music started in New York with Tekashi 6ix9ine. We all know drill music started with Chief Keef and Chicago. Absolutely. Only thing, and you know what? It's funny you say that love is stronger than that. That's what they're gonna say. They're going to say that 6ix9ine the Mexican started drill music. That's what they're gonna do. Because what they do is they get one, make them prominent, and then they go back and rewrite the history. But you're absolutely right. That's like them saying drill music started in New York. Everybody named Mama know it started in Chicago. Girl, the UK people around there saying it started in the UK. I said, how y'all gonna make drill music and y'all can't carry no guns? How you gonna make drill music and you can't carry no guns? That don't make, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Thank you for the super chat. Jeremiah, hey, Jeremiah. I love you. Y'all hit the like button. I miss you, Jeremiah, my beautiful love. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you, Jeremiah. Miss you, boo. Chocolate Bunny, thank you for the super chat. Voodoo, you need that Roland Martin Musty Tether drop where he dancing to Tariq's song for everyone. We found out who Musty Tethers. I need to get it. But I don't think Tariq probably got this song copyrighted. But yeah, girl, you know Roland big fat ass, girl. I would love to see it. Natalie, thank you for the super chat. The trip part about it is they use the word more than any Black American ever use it. That ish is weird and lame. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. Let me tell y'all something, because I want to get back to this. No, 6ix9ine didn't start it. He was the one who popularized it in New York. In New York. I forgot about the Martell interview. Angel Eyes, thank you for the super chat. What about the Martell interview? I forgot about it. We'll discuss it tomorrow. How about that? We'll discuss it tomorrow. I don't know who started it, but I know it started in Chicago, drill music, for a fact. I don't know who's the person, but I know it from what I remember, it started in Chicago. But we'll do the Martell interview tomorrow. I got to watch it. But listen, I'm saying all that to say with this, because we're about to get into Math Hoffa, because like I said, Fat Joe does not exist without a Math Hoffa. It's a Math Hoffa who allows a clear Latino like Fat Joe to get on here and say whatever he want to say and do whatever he want to do. I get it that y'all had a different culture growing up in New York. Everybody was piled on top of each other. I get it. I swear I do. But y'all got to understand, the rest of the world outside of New York don't live like that. The rest of the world outside of New York does not live like that. So with that being said, the rest of the world shouldn't have to conform to New York. New York should have to conform to the rest of the world, because New York is only one very tiny fraction of America. We shouldn't have to conform to what y'all do in that small little area down there by the lady with the green thing, the green lady with the thing in her hands. You see what I'm saying? So now Matt calls the Star Report, and he doubles down on his situation. Matt, shout out to the Star Report. Matt calls the Star Report, and on the Star Report, Matt basically is calling in saying that he wanted, in reference to taking Joe's side and, you know, in Joe's defense. And shout out to Star Report. Star Report was like, yo, like, nah, bro. Like, he was correcting him on a lot of things, because Matt was trying to say that because he's 38, he was trying to say that in his era, the Latinos and the blacks were all kumbaya. Who from New York? I need somebody from New York to tap in, preferably Brooklyn, because I'm pretty sure I'm only 41. That would mean Matt came up around the time that I came up. And what Matt is trying to say is that it's not like that in his era. He know that it was like that in the past, but in his era, it wasn't like that. And he's 38. He said in his era, everybody was kumbaya, my lord. Everybody was fine. Everybody was cool. It wasn't no racism or none of that. Everybody was one in the same. If you from New York and you on here, please help me out. Was that the case? If you're like 38, nigga said Matt 44, he lying. I said that. I said if he 38, he a hard 38. Matt don't look no 38, and most men don't lie about their age, so I don't know. I don't get what that's about. They in the chat saying lying. They right. Thank you, MOB. They in the chat saying that's a lie. I know it. But Matt is over here saying that the Puerto Rican and Hispanics and all of them was all the same, and that wasn't the case. We're gonna get into the call he made with the Star Report. Fair use. I'm gonna try to kind of like put the video up, because he's not on there. He's just calling in. But it's really for us to listen to it, okay? That's what this is all about. Yeah, he a hard 38. Very hard, Solange. Very, very hard. He's a hard 38. That mother a hard 45. If he 38, life ain't been kind to him. Get the likes up on the video. This is Matt Hoffa calling into the Star Report.
Let me find myself. Anyway, but I don't think you have to defend.
Oh no, let me back him up.
You did a great job, man. That's not what media people do. Let him talk. I got Matt Hoffa.
Yo.
Good to hear from you, man. How are you?
I'm great, sir. I'm great.
Yeah.
Star, look, you already know where we stand.
Right.
I appreciate you so much.
Right.
You know what I mean? You've never shied away from lending information,
right,
or giving advice that could help me throughout all the years that, you know, from me being a knucklehead to me being in this podcast realm. Right. And I appreciate you, brother.
Likewise, man. Likewise. I'm not sure if you caught the show earlier. I said you did a good job, and you weren't supposed to stop Joe from talking. That's not what media people do. Let him talk.
Now, keep this in mind. What Star is saying is, as an interviewer, you are not supposed to stop Joe from talking. You're supposed to let Joe go. And from a content creator's point of view, he's right. You are supposed to let interviewers talk or interviewees talk. You are. You're supposed to let them go. But you are still capable of rebutting some of the things that they say. For instance, these broke niggas. Matt had every right to let him finish and say, hey, if you can we ease up on the N-word? Hey, you know, I don't think that's cool that you loop a whole group of people into one thing. Like, it's not like he can't have something to say, but put a pin in this, because remember, Matt is going to get on here and say, it's not my job. You're right. I didn't want to interrupt him because that's not what I do. Look. But he gonna double talk himself as well. Look,
talk. It's not your job to tell him stop, right?
Right. But in defense of Joe, and I know some people might, you know, stand against what I'm about to say.
Come on.
I think a lot of people outside of New York they don't understand New York culture.
Right.
We shouldn't have.
They don't understand having cousins that's Puerto Rican and you know, step brothers that's Dominican, and they don't understand being down the hall from a Trinidadian and a Jamaican next door. They don't get that. They don't.
Listen, we don't have to get the fact that you grew up with Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, because the blacks and the whites mix all the time in the South. But for the most part, we still don't allow the whites to be running around here using the N-word. It's not about proximity. It's not about even y'all growing up together. That has nothing to do with anything. It's really more or less about a respect thing. He didn't just disrespect foundational black authority or Americans as he said it. He disrespected you too. You just don't see it. Because again,
it doesn't make sense.
You can't call him a spick or a wetback, can you? Hell no. So why he get to use the N-word? Make it make sense.
Some reason is segregation where they at, and they don't think that there's a place where, you know, this all blends together, and we look at each other like brothers, and not like you're this and I'm this, so you're excluded from it. You know what I mean?
I hear you loud and clear. And listen, man, I'm a prime example. You know, moving to Brooklyn in 1981, I ran with the Shower Posse for 3 years until, you know, I finally woke up, man, and I said, I'm tired of witnessing murders. Let me find myself. Anyway, but I don't think you have to defend Fat Joe. You did a great job, man, as you do. Salute to you and your team. You know, Joe's supposed to talk. He's a vet. He's a legend. You know, I don't think you have to defend it, but I'm just gonna make sure that people don't take a shot at you for the way you let him speak. Come on.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck if these niggas take shots, and I don't care about that, because at the end of the day, I know where the opinion is coming from, and it's not a valued opinion in the grand scheme of what's going on in the world. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I do want to encourage anyone who who sides against the opinion of there was a time of unity where blacks and Hispanics kind of came up and enjoyed this culture and cultivated this culture. I implore these guys, and I'm speaking with the King's English like Jay-Z in his letter to Tony Busby. I implore you to just visit our neighborhoods and see what the fuck is going on. Like you might not understand it. Visit our neighborhoods and see what's going on. There's black, there's browns. We're molded together. I've had Spanish people around me my whole life to the point where motherfuckers thought I was Dominican at one point. You dig what I'm saying?
Well, but now I'll give Star this, because this is the thing. What Math is trying to rationalize, and again, I used to date a guy from Jersey, and he said the same thing. Well, we all come up in the same projects, and we all eating the same, we all get treated the same, we all go to jail the same, and I get it. But that doesn't mean or negate, that shouldn't negate the fact that you're different from them. So what Math is trying to say is, I have family who's Puerto Rican, Dominican, and all that stuff. I hang around with them so much, people thought that I was Dominican. And hey, you're not from New York, so since you're not from New York, you don't get it. So you need to just let it ride. No, because New York is only a tiny fraction of America. These people are not just doing this inside of your little projects in Brooklyn. This is happening all over America. When Fat Joe said what he said, he disrespected a whole lineage of people. He thought, see, we thinking on the surface of it, oh, he's just talking about the group on Twitter. No, this is bigger than the group on Twitter. Fat Joe is mad because black people have said you're not going to steal hip hop and say you created it. He used that small group on Twitter to try to say, oh, yeah, I'm only talking about them. He's disrespecting the entire lineage of Black Americans. That's what he's doing. And Math is trying to rationalize it by saying, well, I understand where he's coming from, because kind of like we all the same type T's. No, we're not. We're not the same. We're nothing alike. But Star's going to kind of correct him here. Check it out.
Hold on. Math, how old are you? I forget. How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay. Now, respectfully, I would disagree with you on some of that, because when I moved to New York in '81, the Hispanics weren't fucking with blacks like that. I went to George Washington High School my last year. G-Dub, they used to close, all Dominicans, and anybody who was black in that school caught a beat down. So I may see it different. But now, and at the same time, you were raised in Brooklyn, not uptown, not the Bronx, Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I was raised in Brooklyn.
Crown Heights.
Yeah. I was raised in Brooklyn. Yeah. I done hustled in the Bronx, and I hustled in Harlem, and I hustled in the Lower East Side. Like, I've been around. I know there was a generation of that, and there was even a time where, you know, the Latin Kings were wilding in the prisons. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling people on the streets, how I grew up, I was always...
That is a lie. It's like that on the streets. It's like that off the streets. It's like that in prison. It's like that everywhere. Now, you'll have a small group of Hispanic people who genuinely rock with black people, who are genuine with it, and who really roll with black people. But for the most part, black people, y'all don't go sleep by their houses. Y'all don't go in their house and sleep by their house. They come sleep by yours, but you don't go sleep over there. You hardly could go up to their cribs. They don't rock with you the way that you rock with them. And he's trying to say, well, I'm 38. That would mean if he's 38 and I'm 41, 3 years before me or after me, he would have been born in 86. So he's trying to say around the year 86, 87, and maybe late, early 90s, all the way up to that all of the blacks and Hispanics were kumbaya. And he said he was all over Harlem and all these other places. Math is lying. And I don't believe you're 38. I don't. Now, mind you, he's taking the clip down. But I don't believe Matt, and neither the Star, because he's low-key trying to be like, nah, that's not how that go. Look.
Around it.
I say this with all due respect. King Tone and I worked in the MTV mailroom together. That's how old I am, man. So So I used to be with the Latin Kings for. But listen, I appreciate what you're saying, man. But listen, you're doing great, man. Let Joe defend himself. I want to make sure people go watch your video. You know, I think you're doing what you need to do, man, and you're elevating your team. Anything else with regards to the Fat Joe interview that's coming up that you want to promote it, tell people about it. Anything else that we can eat off of? I'm here to eat off these algorithms, man. What else you got coming?
All right, I want to say this. For the people that don't know, for the people that's not from New York, for the people, the naysayers, the people that hate their lives so much that they just can't imagine that there would be these guys in the world that stood for something, that stood for morals, that stood for integrity, that unified in whether we were doing criminalistic shit or whatever we were doing, that they stood on business. I think that a lot of people look at Joe and be like, he's capping about this, he's capping about that, because they grew up in an era where motherfuckers did the fakest shit to make themselves get somewhere, or there was real niggas that surrounded that took in a fake nigga just so they could get the bag. We're not from that era. We're not from that era. When I sit across from these guys and they're talking in this shop, there's certain people that I have a high respect for. And I always have a high respect for Fat Joe. And I just can't understand what is the goal to separating yourself from everyone else in this culture and trying to claim something that you don't control.
Let's talk about it. I'm glad he asked that. He says, what's the goal in trying to separate yourself from everyone else and then try to claim a culture that you don't own? Let's start with the separating thing. You want to know what the goal is, Math Hoffa and people who think like Math Hoffa? You know, as a Black American, we were completely lied to about our identity. We had no clue of who and what we are. All we were told was that we were some slaves coming off a boat. We had nothing, okay? Now, we finally come into the age of Aquarius and the age of knowledge, and we're finding out, oh shit, we actually do have culture. As a matter of fact, the culture that everybody cosplays is our culture. Okay, so when we realize that and come to the awakening of that, we said, oh snap, we have to put an end to this. The only way to put an end to this is, number one, identify that we're different. Number two, take action, which is delineating. Now, any other person who did not actively eat off of a culture wouldn't have an issue with this. For real. So, like, for instance, if there were a lot of people who are not of Black American culture that has been able to make successful careers, make successful anything off of the culture, if they weren't eating off of us, they wouldn't have a problem with it. But the fact is they do have a problem, because now that cuts your bag. So don't ask us what's the point of separating. The point of separating is when I'm driving up the street and I see somebody and they got in their car window, they got their Bahamian flag or their Nigerian flag or they Haitian flag or whatever flag they have. You're separating yourself. When y'all have y'all parades, y'all carnival, when y'all start talking and doing y'all little slings, acting like y'all really from there, even though most of y'all not. When y'all start doing that, y'all have an identity. For the longest, we never had one. It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when we do it. You really mad because not only are we realizing we have a culture, we realizing we've been played on. And a lot of people have been stealing and we're putting it into it. So that's why we need to separate. Now, as far as separating and trying to take ownership of a culture that we don't own, let me say this, Matt Hoffa. By that logic, y'all don't own reggae in Jamaica. But let foundational Black Americans start going over to to Jamaica and saying, hey, we created reggae. And to be completely honest, it was created off of Black American music, but that's a whole nother story. We let y'all live, we let y'all have that. So don't tell us, oh, well, you don't own it. Hell, none of us own none of this shit. Jamaicans don't own reggae. Puerto Ricans don't own what they listen to, reggaeton or whatever. They don't own none of us own it. It's a small group of people who own it all. So don't tell me, oh, it don't make sense, because math. I don't see you over there in the shop making Jamaican songs. You making Black American hip hop songs. Why you not in there with the Wailers and Bob Marley making Jamaican songs? Don't do that. Because if by that logic, oh, well, you're just trying to take part of a culture that none of us own. Well, you're right. We don't own it. But that don't mean we can't go down and say it belongs to us because we created it. Now, Black Americans, I like to show people how I feel because people don't understand until it happens to them. Now, if we just started going into all these different cultures and saying that we created it, them mother effers will have a field day. They would lose their minds. They would lose their minds. So don't do that. You're being condescending when you do that. Okay? Don't do that. Oh, what's the point? The point is, y'all do y'all, and let us do us. And stop trying to play like us. Go do you.
I just don't understand it.
Can I respond?
It makes no sense to me.
Can I respond? Can I respond?
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with the foundational Black American lineage claiming what's rightfully theirs.
Mhm.
Joe's a good guy. We've never had an issue or problem. He sees things differently. But hip hop was indeed created by foundational Black Americans. Everybody wanted to act Black.
Thank you.
Including Joe. I saw him come up. I saw when he signed to Relativity Records.
Thank you.
Good guy. But hip hop was a Black art form. And he can say what he wants to say.
Thank you.
He can run around and promote his new album. But there's old niggas out here like me. I will call him out. I'm not going to be disrespectful. And I just have to say that, man. You know, let him do what he does, you know. And again, man, I salute you for what you do on your platform. You know, but
And why does Math have to feel the need to come to Fat Joe's defense? Why? Why does Math feel the need to come to Fat Joe's defense? Fat Joe is a grown ass man. Why does Math Hoffa, the hard poetry spitting ass nigga, why does he feel the need to have to come to Fat Joe's defense? I need somebody to help me out. That's another grown ass man. We don't need you to come to his defense. Fat Joe spoke with his chest when he was on the show. He didn't need you to come and do anything. It's that savior, the white savior complex for me. That's what is given to me.
But he has to answer to the people. You see, gone are the days of people running up to Hot 97 saying crazy shit and nobody could respond. Now people can respond. Yeah. Has Lord Jamar been on your platform? Any plans to bring him on or no?
Lord Jamar is always welcome. Okay. But again, there's going to be pushback if he...
So wait, pause. Earlier in the show, he was telling Star, you know, it's not my place to stop Joe. Let Joe talk. Let Joe talk. I'm not going to interrupt him as an interviewer. It's not my place to interrupt him. But as soon as he asks you if you have Lord Jamar on the show, it's, oh, well, yeah, he can come on. But if he start talking crazy, then I'm going to interrupt him. Nigga, what? You see what I mean when I say white savior complex? Let me run it back. Now, you want to interrupt Lord Jamar if he comes on, but you don't want to interrupt Fat Joe for calling niggas broke and niggas in this?
You know, but he has to answer to the people. You see, gone are the days of people running up to Hot 97 saying crazy shit and nobody could respond. Now people can respond. Yeah. Has Lord Jamar been on your platform? Any plans to bring him on or no?
Lord Jamar is always welcome. Okay. But again, there's going to be pushback if he starts talking that shit. Because
so you can give Lord Jamar pushback if he start talking shit, but you couldn't give any to Fat Joe because you don't think that anything Fat Joe said or did was wrong. Got it. Hypocrisy at its finest.
I didn't come up in that era. I don't know. Right. I don't know if it was okay. This era did this, and then my era kind of learned from it. But I didn't come up in that era. I got so many Hispanic brothers that put their life on the line for me.
Well, can I say one more thing?
I can't imagine.
One more thing.
Yeah.
You and I talk. You and I talk all the time. I'm not going to put you on the spot now. Let's talk behind the scenes. Would you at least consider? Right. Would you at least consider having Tariq Nasheed on your platform?
Of course I would.
Okay.
I think anyone who has a voice.
Okay.
And you know, I know all of this is grounded in some sort of positivity, whether it be misconstrued or not understood by other people. Yeah. I know it's all grounded in that, but I wish the fight would not be, I don't like your story. The fight would be, I think that we should have our own a label that supports our own, or we should not support these platforms. We should create our own platforms. If that's how you feel about it, fuck the well, my story is not his story, and that we're fighting with each other. But in reality, if you really want to take the fight to somebody, take the fight to the people who stole the culture from us.
Fat Joe is one of the people who stole the culture, man. That's the part you're not understanding. Fat Joe is no different from the other people. Fat Joe is one of those people who stole the culture. We're not fighting amongst, I can see him saying us and other black people are fighting amongst each other. I'm here for it. But Fat Joe are the side of the people who stole the culture. Fat Joe's original culture isn't Black American culture. So you can't sit up here and tell us, oh, well, we need to take this energy out on the people who stole the culture. We are Fat Joe. That's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. Fat Joe didn't come up doing no Puerto Rican culture, no Cuban culture. He came up rapping, cosplaying, acting like a nigga. He's one of the people that we need to be battling. Yes. Like, I don't understand. Like, is anybody home? Like, are the lights on, but nobody upstairs? Like, what is going on? Fat Joe is one of those people. Listen, Black Americans, please stop thinking that because these white people are Hispanic, that they are any different from the white people in the clears that we got down here in America. They all, not all of them, but the ones who are like that are all in the same. They're one and the same. Fat Joe ain't no different from the powers that be who run the culture. If you ask me, he was planted in the community to doggone do exactly what he's doing now. Long term, take the culture away. But again, Matt, I don't know if he's being willfully ignorant or he just don't get it. But whatever it is, we're not here to convince Matt. Matt is going to have to figure this part out on his own. What we are saying is, listen, we as Black Americans has had every single genre of music that we've created, which are all the ones that most people know, we've had it taken away from us. And that has happened under a lot of our ancestors and our elders. And we're here in this setting saying, we've seen you do it to rock and roll, country, bluegrass, pop, all of that stuff. We're not allowing you to do it to this. And it's bigger than hip hop. It's big. Hip hop is just the vehicle in which we're doing this behind. But this shit is way bigger than hip hop. Way bigger than hip hop. Way bigger than hip hop. And Matt is going to have to understand that if that is so hard for Matt to understand, and he'd rather just hang out with his Poricuas in the Bronx and in way at Brooklyn or whatever the hell he had, then fine, Matt. But leave us alone over here. Matt makes some good music. I love his music that be coming on in his intros. I'm so special. That shit fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But if you feel like you rather go, y'all go over there and get some shakers and some salsa and start making your own music. Blend the Jamaican and the salsa music in together. How about that? And then y'all come up with your own genre of music and leave the nigga music to the niggas. How about that? How about that? Math, it's easy peasy. It's not hard. Like, I just...
Good point. Good point.
Take the fight to them.
Yeah. Listen, man, I respect you, so I appreciate you saying that you would consider bringing Tyreek Nasheed on.
And Tyreek, you should go over there. Tyreek, you know, normally I would say no, but Tyreek, you would set your ass down there with Vlad after we told you we don't rock with Vlad. But I get it, microphone check. No, I don't get it. I feel like that was some lame ass shit, Tyreek. But since you running around hopping up on everybody's platform, you should go to Matt Hoffa and explain to him face to face what is really going on. Because I don't even think Matt understands the history behind the shit that he's doing. So yeah, Tyreek, you should go over to Matt Hoffa and have the conversation. You should. You should. If you can go down to Vlad, then you can go over to Matt. For real. Ridiculous.
not that I can, just text him and say, hey man, I'll let Matt Hoffa, but I hopefully he will hear this and take you up on that. Hey man, salute to you.
So that was basically a wrap on that. Like I said, the problem is there have been too many situations where these conquistadors and these colonizers come into these situations. This is no different from Andrew Schultz. This is no different from Andrew Schultz. This is no different from Andrew Schultz. We are tired of watching this public display of buck breaking and this dehumanizing Black Americans with the help of other Black people who look like us or even us. We're tired of that shit, bro. We're done with that. We're done. And we are of the belief now, if y'all gonna rock with them people, then y'all can go over there with them people. Rather it be us or somebody who look like us. If y'all gonna rock with them that hard, y'all can go over there with them. Go over there with them. Because this dude, in my opinion, is a fed. He's a plant. And he has never had anything good to say, or he never really felt good about Black Americans. I don't give a damn what Remy Deep Voice Mind have to say. That's your partner. That ain't ours. We don't care. We truly do not care. Get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. Angel Eyes, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much, Angel Eyes, for the super chat. Trey, thank you for the super chat. Boo, the reason why the Bloods popped in NYC because they were killing Blacks in prison. That was 96. I'm from the BX, 42 years old. That's what I'm saying. Matt think that other people not from Brooklyn. He think that other people don't know. Listen, I don't have to be in Brooklyn to know that them Hispanics don't really rock with Black people like that. I don't have to be in Cali to know that the Mexicans don't truly rock with, they got some, but as a collective, they don't rock with Black people like that. Oh, see, my era, I'm 38. 38, first of all, Cap. Secondly, boy, bye. You acting like they just started. Hell, 2024, they don't rock with niggas like that. Today, right now. Stop it. Thank you, Trey, for the super chat. Disrupting Reality, thank you for the super chat. Boo, in 2020, during the Black Lives Matter riots in New York, a group of FBA kids went to Dykeman to buy some weed and were chased down with bats. They don't like us. Wow. That's crazy. It don't surprise me, though. It really don't surprise me. It really don't surprise me. Thank you, Disrupting Reality. And Bunny, thank you for the super chat. Because in the 90s, you couldn't tell niggas that Sloppy Joe wasn't Black. Well, sorry to be a bearer of bad news. He ain't. And you know what? That's what I say. Listen, it's our fault. We have some fault into it. We have some fault into it, but it ain't nothing we can't correct. And I think that as Black Americans, New York, some of them people in New York and in Cali gonna need a little help, and we don't mind. But we're correcting this stuff tonight. It's happening today, okay? And Fat Joe, I don't even know why he makes albums, because I didn't even know people buy his albums. I've never seen anybody bump that shit. But nevertheless, we need to show and prove by who and what we are, okay? Stop supporting this cracker. Stop supporting this doggone. Stop supporting him, period. And people who want to ride with him, stop supporting him too. Period. With that being said, y'all, I'm about to get off of here. We had 3 hours. Jesus Christ. I'm about to get off of here. I appreciate each and everybody in the building. Y'all get the likes up on the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you're a returning dollar don, welcome back. I'll see y'all probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, another day on the next one. I appreciate each and everybody for being here. We about to jose up out of here as we always do. I will see y'all later. Love y'all down to the ground. Peace.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, Blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wah, 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 wah. open, lift it up, yeah. Come on, lift it up, Bend it, bust it open for your B-O-Y. Bend it, 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 for you, rock it for you, lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bossa now. Come on, Blaze, so you know. Drop me a nasty beat.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.